Sparky just instantly Sansons himself. Very nice. Alright, we haven't played this in a while. We just got our ship. Supposed to hunt down that, like, Supra Jedi apprentice. Which is a whole thing. If I can remember what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, I like how my training dummy is level 80, and I'm level 17, so I can't fucking hit it. Would it kill them to make that thing scale? Ridiculous. One's level 82. Alright, well, that's no good. Dummy too strong. Yeah, that thing would whoop our ass if it fought back. I still can't believe, though, we're named Glorp.
Apprentice, I trust you find
Hey, Zashi. What's up, dude? Not impressed. This ship sucks. Actually, this ship is, like, awesome. We'll definitely let chat have a lot of input over what we say. How does it fly?
I'll let you know after I've taken it for a spin.
You are about to get that chance. There is much to be done. My interests must be protected, and my
How's the volume, chat?
destroyed. Noman Carr's efforts to expose my spies and prove his Padawan's power to the Jedi Council must meet with systemic failure. You will exhaust yourself in this charge.
A little quiet for me, like just a hair. Let me see. Let me know if this is too loud. Turning it up just a bit. Now, we're not really proud to serve, but there is something to be said about pretending to be loyal, right?
Where do you suggest I begin?
The information we siphoned from that Republic agent will be our map. We know my spy on Nar Shaddaa was being surveilled. We know where this Padawan was discovered, where she trained, and that the Jedi have sent someone to investigate my spy on Balmorra. The Padawan will have to be hunted down and destroyed, but first you must secure my network by silencing my spies on Balmorra and Nar Shaddaa.
I would just like to point out how tactically sus that is. So, you know, the Jedi got this, like, super Padawan that's got this, like, special ability where they can just figure out if somebody is, like, lying or, you know, actually dark side. And so instead of, like, recalling his spies and using them elsewhere, he just wants you to kill them, right? There's no world that's practical, because, like, even if you don't want them to be outed and stuff, like, just go use them as, like, actual soldiers somewhere else, right? It's so stupid to kill your own guys. Big fucking dummy. Let me turn it up a little bit more. One of those villains.
Why not simply recall your spies?
A disappearance would look suspicious and serve to confirm the Padawan's accusations. My spies must die.
That means nothing.
Balmorra and Nar Shaddaa will detail what must be done. Your tasks are paramount, apprentice.
Stop talking so I can talk.
Bring cruelty.
I'm very mature.
Bring rage. Bring.
Will you stop talking? So that logic makes no sense, right? He's like, if I recall them, then it's like, obviously we're spies. But why does that matter? Like, that literally means nothing, because, like, if they're fucking dead, right, then they're not useful to you. If they get outed, they're not useful to you, right? So it's better to recall them, because at least they can be used for some other task, right? Like, that is the stupidest fucking logic. Also, I gotta fix the top of the screen. It's not quite cropped right. Okay, now I cropped too much. Okay, I think that's right now. Maybe. Good enough. Also, I gotta figure out how to turn my legacy name off. It's an Armored Core reference, which is nice, but it's like huge, and it makes it harder for people to, like, target you if they're trying to heal you and crap. Oh, I don't remember where anything is in this game. So, guild names. Guild symbol. Solve bar. I wish they had a search function. Allow PvP challenges. Character page? Maybe that would make sense. Let's see. Yeah, so I remember being a healer back in the day, and it would be so annoying because you would be in like a big PvP match. You'd have all your teammates all over the place, right? And you see their health bars on the side, and so you would see that like Bob needed healing, right? And sometimes they're not in range. This is really important. So if you just click their name over there to heal them, you can't because they're too far away. So you need to figure out where Bob is and move over to him, right? But this is what would happen. You would see Bob needs healing. Bob's too far away. You look out on the field to figure out where Bob is, and you just see a million like titles and legacy names just cluttering it up. So it'd be like, you know, Champion of the Great Hunt Bob, and then the legacy name of Hand Grenade. So it's just like, and everyone's like this, so you can't figure out, you know, who the fuck is anyone, and that was so miserable as a healer. So yeah, it's like, keep it fucking simple, stupid. Title, there we go. Yeah, display legacy name, get rid of that. I will say, when we get Darth, I might have to put Darth on, so we're Darth Glorp. We'll see though. Maybe have that on unless I PvP and then turn it off. Name Glorp, title Glorp, occupation Glorp. Yep, that sounds like chat. Oh, I should show off space battles real quick. They start off kind of simplistic, but they actually become pretty hard later on.
Commander Pyrule, my lord. If you possess a ship, I could certainly use your talents. The Republic grows bolder. Their attack squadrons ambush Imperial targets and disappear into open space. We're struggling to compete.
We must remind the Republic who controls the galaxy.
I'm doing everything in my power, my lord. I've scrambled the Cast 23rd and Dreadwing, but it's not enough. We're forming an exclusive response squadron, the Empire's Fury. With a Sith of your power leading the squadron, we'd crush the Republic in record time.
I will proudly lead the Empire's Fury.
Excellent, my lord. Your call sign will be Tempest. Uploading mission data to your ship now. You'll work alone, while the rest of the squadron assists throughout the galaxy. Strike with fury. Strike for the Empire.
So this game mode is completely optional, but you can actually level from it a crap load if you want to. Let's see. Cartel listening station. But yeah, I won't do too much of it because it's a kind of a total side thing, but I'll show it off a bit here. Also, I haven't upgraded my ship, so we might suck. And how do you do this again? Alright, we can do a barrel roll, that's very important. But yeah, it's like Star Fox stuff. And some of the levels actually get crazy hard later on. But these early ones are fairly simplistic. Mostly just don't ram into things and shoot good. But like later on, there's like mines and all kinds of obstacles and stuff. But it's neat that they put it in. Quite the spectacle. There's another ship mode too, where you have full control of your ship instead of it being like Star Fox, and it's PvP. And they put a shocking amount of effort into that, but I actually think it was a mistake because no one plays it because everyone's like intimidated by it and they don't understand it and they don't want to like get into it. So they put like a lot of time and resource into this like, you know, dogfighter game that no one plays, and I think that was a huge mistake. They should have put those resources elsewhere. Okay, our actual objective is to blow all this, like, yellow stuff up. There's a bunch of side objectives you can do here for some bonus XP. Our ship is so weak, I'm not sure we're gonna be able to pull that off. We'll see.
That felt good.
Almost shot my teammates there. The only way we would lose is if we rammed into one of these containers, but, they're pretty easy to dodge here. Whoop! There's a bonus to destroy these satellites. I don't know if I got the oomph to do it.
You're mine.
That is a terrible voice line. All the Sith are British. France and America are just like, I knew it this whole time. The only Empire class that's not British is the Bounty Hunter, because they're not technically Imperial. You're mine in the most monotone voice indeed. Such a bad line. There's a bonus to destroy this thing on the bottom here, but it has so much health, I know I won't be able to do it. Not even gonna try. I'm having a hard enough time keeping up with the actual objectives here. Honestly, we might lose this. This is not going well. Okay, we blew that up. Don't have that many missiles left.
Segment finally over.
But these missions are pretty neat. They're pretty varied. Like, this one you're just circling the same station over and over, but like there's a lot of different mission types and stuff. It's pretty neat. If it's something you like, it's a fun way to get some XP on the side, or even the main way to get XP if you want to. But I don't think we'll do it too often, just because I want to see the story. Surprised it's in the game, to be honest.
Stay focused.
Damn, I didn't kill it. And my damage is just super low. Also, I am on fire. Why is that thing so what? Holy shit, I need to like buy gear for my my ship. Are you kidding me? Like, doing so little damage. Like, I can't kill these fighters. Bro, we're gonna lose. This is probably the hardest starting mission. There's like 4 or 5 different starting missions to pick from, and I think this is the hardest one to do with like the default equipment. Wow, I think we lost. Do I get one more pass? I'm out of missiles. I'm like having to ignore the enemy fighters. Yeah, there's still a turret on that far side. Who is flying this thing? Oh my god.
You're mine.
Did I get it? I heard something blow up. Don't ram into the thing. Hitting obstacles does an outrageous amount of damage to you. Come on. You are, look, it's, it's like Star Fox. I don't get to decide where this thing's going. Oh, this is not happening. Okay, wait. Come on, no, shoot the, you stupid fuck, go the other way. Oh my god, I don't think we got it. That's definitely the end of the mission. I think we failed.
That felt good.
Really didn't. Maybe I got it. I couldn't really... Oh my god, we actually won. Holy fuck, that was terrible. Let's never do that again. Okay. Get me out of here. Okay, we're not quite strong enough for that one. We'll do Belmora. Kind of cool.
Ah, you've arrived on Balmora. Excellent. Your contact there is Lieutenant Malavai Quinn. I trust you'll find him most helpful.
This is beneath me.
I have no doubt, Master.
This is an important mission, and I only entrust the finest. Quinn will meet you in his offices at Sobrik headquarters. We will speak again as soon as he has briefed you.
Alright. I don't know why you have to fill up a bar to exit your ship. It's a little silly. Can we get one of those? Bit of a ship upgrade there. So chat picked that armor set for our companion, and I kind of love it, honestly. How big is the ship mode? Like that Star Fox thing we just did? It's pretty big. There's quite a few levels. And then there's like hard mode versions of the levels that are actually hard. They put a decent amount of effort into it. I don't know why they did, but they certainly did. So these planets have their own story arcs that they put a decent amount of effort into, but I think we'll just stick with the class story for now. I know some of the planet stories are actually really good, but I've barely done any of them. I don't know if chat really wants to do them, we can, but it will slow down our story progression a lot. But like most of the major planets have like their own story arc you can do. I just leveled up from discovering the planet.
You are strong, but you could be stronger.
How is it now? It's still pretty good. I think the PvP is still good.
It was the best I could do. If that's your best, you're useless to me. I can shoot you dead with a clear conscience. Is that what you want?
No, sir.
Then focus, Gillins. Dismissed. I
Gillins.
apologize for the delay, my lord. Lieutenant Malavai Quinn. I'm to be your liaison here on Balmora.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And to you, my lord. Lord Barris will brief you personally, but I'm to acquaint you with the climate here on Balmora first.
So the one thing I don't like about this mask is the like indents on it. It's too fancy. Kind of weird. It looks like a flower or something. It's kind of out of place.
By all means, go ahead.
Even though the Empire wrestled control of Balmora from the Republic during the war, we were never able to completely eradicate them. There is a rather sizable resistance movement. No one wants to admit it, but it's clear that the Republic is backing it.
I don't care.
The Republic cannot be tolerated.
I agree, my lord. It is my dream to see our enemy vanquished. I have a secure line to Lord Barris. I'll patch him through immediately.
Yeah, we'll probably change our fashion when we get more options, but it's all right for now.
I see you have convened with my apprentice. Very good, Lieutenant. Leave us. Quinn owes his career to me, but we should keep the details of your mission between the two of us. We must act swiftly. Noman Carr's Padawan has directed the Jedi's suspicions to my undercover spy there on Balmora. Do you recall this?
Of course, I remember everything.
Good. I'll get to the point. My spy is Commander Rylan of the Republic Resistance.
He talks
He's
so
the central
softly, you can't hear him.
contact for all my operatives in this sector. Unfortunately, Quinn is tracking an investigator that the Jedi have sent.
Enunciate
That means we
from
have to
the
cover our
diaphragm, my
tracks
guy.
Before you kill Rylon. Your first mandate is to destroy evidence that links Rylon to the sabotaging of Balmora's defense systems during the war. To do so, you must break into the satellite control tower. Quinn reports that the tower is a death trap of mechanical security.
Sin Quinn.
I'll handle anything that dares get in my way.
This task is priority 1. The Jedi's investigator could be zeroing in on the evidence as we speak. Quinn has everything you'll need. I'll summon him back. Remember, he is not to know the reason for your mission. I'll be in touch.
My lord, I've prepared what you need for your assault on the satellite control tower. In order to destroy the mainframe, you'll mount this charge to the base and activate it. Then contact me and I'll be able to detonate.
This part of the story is kind of filler off memory. So, yeah, they have Darth Barris talk that way because I think they're trying to make him, like, sly. Like, he's not really, he talks a big game, but he's not actually, a fighter. But it is hard to hear him because of that. Yeah, this next chunk of the story is, like, the one part I remember not really liking. But it gets good after that. I'm sure we'll have some interesting stuff along the way, though.
Displaying all authorized destinations.
Barris is certainly memorable, though. But yeah, the game is still decently active. Just for some reason, they have like 2 big servers for NA, and they really should only have 1. I don't know why it's like that. I played some of the expansions in the past, but they were honestly bad. And like, this is a pretty common sentiment that... So the base game, you have these tailored class stories, surprise, surprise, based on your class, right? So if you're the bounty hunter, it's all about being a bounty hunter, right? And it's really enjoyable because of that. And then all the expansion stories are homogenous, where no matter what class you are, the story's the same, and it doesn't work. It does not work at all. And it's super bad if you're one of the, like, non-Force users, because all the expansion stories are trying really hard to make you the chosen one, and all this stupid bullshit, but you're like a fucking, you know, smuggler or a bounty hunter, and it's like, what the fuck, right? It's really bad. And also they, like, put way less effort into the companions, because now they have to contend with every class that has all their companions, so there's a huge drop-off in quality from the class stories, into the expansions. Thankfully, you don't need to do any of them. They kind of did that on purpose. You don't need to do any of the expansion stories. Once you do your class story, you can do dungeons, raids, PvP, what you can advance just doing other things. So it's not a big deal, but it does suck. But yeah, that's a pretty common sentiment that the expansion stories aren't very good. And like, even the few expansions that people like a bit more, personally, I don't think any of the expansions are good. I think all the class stories are pretty enjoyable, but I've not done all of them, but the ones that I have done, I've liked. But yeah, there's just a lot less like options in the expansions. They're very simplistic. And there's this one expansion in particular that they tried to put more effort into. And they certainly did put more like money into it, but it's so I hate it so much. And so basically they tried to make this expansion that was going to be way fancier and stuff, but because there's 8 classes, right? And they all have their own companions and stuff. What they did is everyone, no matter what class you are, loses all of their companions. And like your companions, you've gotten gear for and built up your like influence and all that stuff down their quests and stuff. And everyone loses all of their companions. And then they give you like these uniform companions that every class gets, and they try really hard to make you like them, and they're fucking like lame as shit. And that just sucks. So then over time you can get your companions back, but it takes like a long time, and you have to do a bunch of like bullshit side quests. And the main story, and then your companions never play like a serious role again. And that it's just lame. And the whole reason they did that was just because they didn't know how to tell like an in-depth story anymore, and like have each, you know, class keep their companions and stuff. So it's very forced and dumb. Thankfully, you don't have to do it. Oh, I mean, you can't do that in combat. But yeah, it's all optional, and you can just go PvP or whatever instead. And honestly, the hard mode dungeons, which they call master dungeons, are actually quite fun. But it's kind of hard to find people to do them with. Most people want to just spam the easy ones, which are easy, so not as interested in those. Fucking elevators. Can absolutely die to gravity in this. Hello, there you go. I have so little AoE right now. Let me swap these skills around. So at some point, you get an ability where your Force Scream will pierce the target. It's a very like linear line, so you have to be pretty precise with lining the enemies up. That's a really fun thing you can do while fighting, is line the enemies up to hit them with Force Scream, but I don't think I have that yet. You also get a much meatier version of the slam. What am I doing here? Yeah, our class that I'm playing right now kind of becomes king of AoE, but we're definitely not that right now. I haven't played it in just forever. Like, I haven't played any of the classes in forever, but I remember there's this spec here, Rage, that was good for PvP. It had like crazy high burst damage, but I don't know if it's like that anymore. Yeah, this one was like very AoE based, and this one was very bursty single target based, and this is the tank one. And the tanking is actually good in PvP in this game. The old wiffle bat beat down. All this to just place an explosive.
My lord, I mark your progress and see that the charge is armed. I will detonate once you are a safe distance. But first, I have Darth Barris on hollow for you.
Imagine he just blows it up here and kills us.
For the two of you.
Apprentice, we have one more potentially compromising thing to take care of before you can confront my spy, Commander Rylon. It involves invading a Republic keep to find a lowly ensign named Dermot.
The hell?
He is Rylon's son, and the commander confided his true identity to him. Ensign Dermot must be silenced permanently.
I have to go with number one. That was actually stupid of him.
Rylon was foolish to tell his son.
The one chink in his otherwise flawless armor. I'll signal Quinn to give you the details. Be swift.
My lord. Ensign Dermat is being detained in the brig of the Republic Crater Outpost. Awaiting questioning by the mysterious agent Barris has me tracking. I will alert you if the investigator appears to be heading there. I assume you wish to get to Dermat before she does.
You assume correctly, Lieutenant.
Then I won't delay you any longer. Good luck on your mission, my lord. I'll be here if you need anything.
I don't think SWTOR has drops, does it? I wouldn't think so. So, chat, are we gonna kill this guy's son? I'll leave really major decisions like that up to chat. Although, so far, chat's been pretty heavily on the side of brutality. Like, there was a couple times chat wasn't, but, if I remember correctly, and don't spoil it if, you know, but so there's this, like, overarching story for a while with this, like, super special Jedi Padawan, and they're, like, young and dumb. So, like, you like, can influence them through the Force a lot during this part, and I think it's, like, if you do a lot of bad shit, you'll make it a lot easier to make them evil, and if you do a lot of good shit, then, like, they'll... I've actually never done it, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you do a bunch of good shit, you can make them, like, pretend to be a Sith, but they're actually a Jedi, and it's, like, they're trying to, like, make the Empire better from within, and it sounds fucking stupid. But I think that's a thing. But yeah, if you're, an asshole, you can, like, slowly warp them into an asshole. And then when you, like, confront them, they, like, go full evil, I'm pretty sure. It's something like that. What I'm getting at is I'm pretty sure chat's gonna go with the evil option. That's basically what Green did in real life by getting people to play FGO. Okay, look, chat. FGO back in the day was actually fun because, like, remember we had, like, Nerofest and we got to fight a bunch of bosses, and then there was, like, other events that were good like that, and then there was main story, and there was all these, like, fun characters and stuff. And it was a good time back then. And then they just decided to stop making content that was interesting and put things out at, like, a snail's pace. And then just start putting out really weird things and never adding quality of life, right? You know, it got bad over time. But back in my day, you know, it was decent. That was so long ago. Like, I remember making videos for Nerofest and being like, wow, Ku can solo this one. Oh, hey, Ku can solo this one. Oh, Ku can also solo this one. And it was funny because some of them, this was a good time because there was a lot less power creep back then. There was a lot of, like, the boss fight with Scath and Ku, right? That one, it was just like, it didn't, on the surface level, it didn't look like you could possibly solo that with a single target Lancer, right? Like, you'd want a Saber and AoE and stuff. But after getting kind of creative with, like, the Mystic Code and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, you can do this. That was such a good time. And now the game is dog shit, so... Oh well. Where am I going? I'm going here. Why the hell did they put it so far away? Am I supposed to go through this thing? Is there like a... If I open this? No? I mean, you can go all the way around, but that seems silly. It looks like there is a way to go through here. Oh. It's only for Imperial Agent, though. What the hell? Okay, fuck it. We're going the long way. So, chat. How's your night? We're out here discovering the Gulch. Very exciting. Kind of a cool looking planet, though. I do want to PvP and stuff in this game, and I think that would be a fun thing to stream. I just don't think there's a lot of interest, right? It's like if I stream anything else, you know, I'll get 80 to like 100 viewers, right? And then I stream this, and I don't care. I'm not like upset if I have low viewers. Just clearly there's not a lot of interest in this game, so I don't know if it's really worth playing a lot or not. We'll see. You know, I never have played Pal World, but my friends do. Pizza, that's good. Wait, this doesn't actually go where I'm going. What the fuck? Who designed this? Are you gonna put pineapple on that pizza though? Or anchovies? Yes? Oh shit. I honestly, some of the more exotic toppings like that I don't think are a problem. No pepperoni. Oh, you were saying yes to I can have a slice. So no anchovies. Pepperoni and anchovies is actually good in my opinion. Like that's not bad. I think I would take pepperoni and jalapeno over that, but still. Anchovies pretty good in my opinion. This guy's AFK, I think. It's kind of an ugly as fuck speeder, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why they make it so difficult to get to this location. Like, what the hell? Why isn't there just like a connection between this part and this part? That would save you so... Maybe there is and I just didn't see it, but that would save you so much time. Now, when I worked at a pizza place, anchovies were not expensive, but maybe they are now. I don't know. What you could always do, though, if you want to try them, is you can get them on the side and like put them on a bite or a slice and then see if you like it or not. They're very salty, but like I like extreme flavors that aren't sweet. Like I really like bitter, spicy. I like really strong flavors. None of that like watered down crap. And so I like anchovy because it's a very strong taste. And it's kind of unique and I like that. Yeah, the only strong flavor I don't want is if it's sweet. If it's gonna be sweet, I definitely want it to be more subtle. I don't like cream, for example, right? It's just too much. Like I don't even hate sweet things. I just don't like it if it's overbearing. And one, I don't think it tastes that good when it's overbearing. And two, it'll make your stomach sick. I never understand the people that are just like super defending sweet stuff. I mean, I get it, it's really popular, but I don't understand why. Jesus, my damage is kind of ass right now. Can I just jump off here? Will I survive? Yep. Feels good. You cannot fall indefinitely with force charge. You can fall a lot farther than normal, but if you go too far, you'll still take fall damage. They feared its power. And a lot of MMOs, if you have a charge-like ability, you won't take fall damage no matter what. It's kind of lame that in this one that you can. Okay, this is kind of confusing. I think it's up. Wait, is it just over here? Yeah, okay. All right, that was a pain in the ass. Look at all these nerds. Resistance officer. What a loser. Look, you can't tell me, chat, like in all the different Star Wars continuities and stuff, you've got like the Rebels and the Resistance and the Republic. I mean, look at these fucking nerds. Like, why would anyone hype that? Like, look at the first movie, right? Where like all the stormtroopers are coming in and you got all these like dumbass rebels like trying to defend the ship with their stupid hats. And then you got these like awesome looking stormtroopers, like ridiculous. Clone troopers are pretty cool, but you know, they're in the vein of stormtroopers and stuff. Like they're styled like the bad guys. and they kind of become the bad guys, right? That's the thing. And then, like, all the rebels and resistance group. I mean, come look at these guys. Like, like, no. Bunch of fucking nerds. Very satisfying to murder them, though. Like, we'll choke this one. Or they could die before I could choke them. X-Wings are okay. X-Wings are alright. A-Wings are better. A-Wing is the only, like, good guy ship I can think of that's awesome. But X-Wing's acceptable. But, like, Y-Wing is dumb. B-Wing is dumb. That stupid Naboo fighter is dumb, right? All that crap is stupid looking. Where you, like, TIE fighters are amazing. And, like, even though X-Wings and A-Wings are acceptable, TIE interceptors are infinitely cooler. Not even fucking close. Right, someone's getting choked in here. Wait, do I not have... Wait, do I not have Force Choke yet? Holy fuck, I don't think I have it yet. Bonk. Bonk. Yeah, wow, I don't have the ability to choke people yet. Gotta fix that. I disagree. I know nothing about Star Wars. That sounds like my chat. Star Wars is so fucking lame now. Like, all the Disney stuff. Awful. A lot of people are worried that kind of degradation is gonna happen to Warhammer. That's kind of just what happens, though. Like, Halo used to be awesome, right? And then 343 took over and everything, and it sucks. I mean, it super sucks. Halo is so lame now, even though it used to be so good. Lord of the Rings is all stupid now and is run by people that don't respect Tolkien's vision at all, right? Star Wars is stupid now. There's just so many IPs do this. It's honestly rare that they either die, which sometimes is the best thing for them, or they become lame. Lost knows what I'm talking about. The amount of IPs that are just ruined. And maybe I should do some dungeons, though, to get some better gear. My damage output is, kinda yikes. Just chop, chop, chop. Alright, we're supposed to be killing this guy's kid.
Pipe down, Dermat. There's something going on outside. Trying to listen.
Oh, come on, Six. Throw me a bone. Who's this agent that's coming to interrogate me? At least answer me that, will ya? Fine, fine. Stay clamped. I don't care who it is, I ain't talking. Nobody's gonna get nothing out of me. Nothing. What?
I would rather the IP be dead than tainted by modern media. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty true. Die with dignity.
I ain't proud. I give. My dad's an Imperial agent.
What the fuck?
Your dad is a what?
Holy shit, this guy has to die. Literally just... Okay. He spilled the beans.
All I heard him say was, I'm ready to die.
Oh no.
This is a restricted area. What are you doing here? Who are you?
It's not a who. It's a what. It's a Sith.
He's going to need a new pair of pants.
Who cares what Dermat needs? You gave me enough time to get what I need.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Take a look behind yourself, Sith. That's what 2 squads of the Republic's finest looks like.
Nerds? That's what they look like? Jesus Christ. I can't imagine thinking that's like worth anything. Jesus.
You're about to see what 2 squads of the Republic's deadest look like.
Come on, man. Let's send this Sith home in a body bag.
Yeah, it's like 4 guys. It is 4 guys. That is the dumbest cutscene. And they're not like... Jesus Christ, they could have made this part so much harder. There is hard content in this game. This is not it. This guy sure likes stunning you, though. Oh, he stunned both of us. Maybe I should switch these abilities around. I have a lot of rage, generally. I need to burn it more.
Zix? Zix? Come on, talk to me, Zix. Get up, man.
He dead.
Zix can't hear you, and getting up is a bit beyond his skill set right now.
And I'm next, right? Please, please, I know why you're here. The Republic's investigating my dad, and an agent's coming to put the screws to me. But I won't break. I promise. Let me live. My dad's secret is safe with me. I'm a rock.
Don't insult my intelligence.
You must think I'm an idiot.
Fine. You're an idiot. If it'll save me, I'll think whatever you want me to. My father's done so much for the Empire. Look, maybe the apple fell off the tree. Kind of far from the tree, but it's still... Look, the apple's still... Look, I'm not exactly sure where I was going with that, but please don't kill me.
Okay, chat. If chat doesn't go with kill, I'm gonna be shocked. So we got sorry, so like kill him, but you're not happy about it. How else can you be silenced? Which is probably gonna be some bullshit, or die scum. I vote 3. Drax on my side here. Kill. Okay, I think we 3.
Filthy scum.
Yep. I think we know where we're going here. Death happy about it. One guy on Andre going for the 2, but now we could wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute, Andre might be onto something. We could give him false hope and then kill him anyway. I'm just saying that's probably an option. They normally let you do crazy shit like that. Save him because it's what you don't want to do. Okay, that's no, none of that now. But yeah, I'm just saying we could give this guy a ray of hope and then just murder him anyway. You know, but it looks like chat wants 3, so...
I'm putting you out of my misery.
But who will put me out of my misery?
Poor fool. Not sure we've ever come across anyone so useless.
Give us time. Yeah, it'll get worse. Shock that... I forgot we, chat did not take the collar off. I forgot about that.
There's still much of the galaxy left to explore.
You are so right. But now the bar's been set pretty high. I mean, low. It smells awful in here. Let's move on, shall we?
I like how she doesn't give a fuck if you kill him, though. Can I just teleport? Yep. Convenient. I do wish there was a hard mode version of the story, though. They did that for some of the expansion stories, so it can actually be challenging. But they didn't do it for the original, which kind of sucks. The most challenging content is like there's these uprisings that can be pretty difficult, and there's the master mode of the dungeons that are pretty difficult, and then PvP. Obviously, if you want a good challenge, PvP is always a good route to take.
I must be honest. Your success at the Satellite Control Station and Republic Crater Outpost has surprised me, my lord. I computed the likelihood of success as nearly negligible. In my assessment, however, I only considered the capabilities of a typical Sith. Clearly, you are not a typical Sith. I will adjust future calibrations to account for your unprecedented abilities.
Uprisings can be pretty fun, though, if you're competent. Like, I was in one, and the group was horrible, and everyone died to the last boss, and I just had to play like a monster to beat it, and I did, and that was incredibly satisfying. Because there's a lot of things you can do, even without your teammates, to like accomplish a lot in the uprisings, which is pretty fun.
Don't let it happen again, Imperial.
You'll find my learning curve to be exceptionally responsive. Lord Barris is pleased. He says it's time to zero in on your prime directive, and he awaits your contact. My barracks are yours. Activate the holocommunicator in the next room to speak with Lord Barris. The line is secure.
You've been most helpful.
I'll be right here if needed, my lord.
Yeah, they used to be locked to level 80, but now you can, You don't really need a tanker or healer, because, one, all the classes have their own abilities to, like, help them survive. And then there's those healing stations around the map that respawn. Now, it's hard without a healer if your group's not, like, competent, but I kind of like that. It's actually really fun when you don't have a tanker or a healer and your teammates are just morons and you have to, like, scrounge for value to try to win. Because, yeah, most of the classes are actually pretty capable. You know what you're doing, and like knowing what you're doing is what makes it fun. Now there are hard mode versions of uprisings, which I've never done, because you can't queue for them. You have to do it with friends, and those are apparently like stupid hard. I'd like to do them. Maybe if enough chat plays this game eventually, we could do those or something. Because yeah, there's no way to do them with randoms.
I hope you can see the smile on my face, apprentice. You are turning me into a true believer.
Quit buttering me up. What now?
I'm sure you're impatient to complete your time on that little rock. With the satellite tower computer destroyed and Commander Rylon's son neutralized, my spy's tracks are covered. Now the only threat to Rylon ever being exposed is the man himself. It's time to end that threat. Permanently.
Now, I think killing the spies is stupid. Like, it's just the dumbest shit ever. But it's like, obviously, this guy's not going to give a shit if I say this, so we'll just go along with it.
That is my specialty.
I've had him embedded within enemy ranks for decades. The extent of his contribution to the Empire's interests is unrivaled.
Yeah, I've noticed that the loot from Uprisings is actually good when you're leveling, but they're not good if you're at max level. It's like weird how bad the loot is. They really need to adjust that, because there's no reason to do them because of that. But they're more fun. Flashpoints are fun, but mainly when they're on hard mode. Flashpoints can be fun on normal mode, though, because it's kind of fun to, like, go really fast and, like, learn the shortcuts and kind of do some speedrun stuff and, like, just blow shit up. But I do prefer the harder stuff. This guy's design's not very Star Warsy. Yeah, I'd say it is. It's kind of weird in the hologram, but I think he fits in decently well. Especially for, like, the KOTOR era, because KOTOR is, like, you know, a long time ago, and stuff's a bit different. Oh god, are we lagging?
Pity he has to die.
He has always known the risk. The Jedi investigator must have no hard evidence that Rylon was killed to silence him. It must look like anything but a targeted execution. Annihilate everyone there.
You can actually get, like, the second best gear in the game from flashpoints. It takes a second. Like, when you first get level 80 and you do flashpoints, it'll drop, like, 324 gear. But then if you get, like, 324 for a slot, then it'll drop 326 and shit like that, or it can. And then as you get the currency, you can upgrade gear, and like as you upgrade your gear, the flashpoints start dropping better and better gear. So and you can get up to like 340 blue, which is very good gear. Like, it's not that much weaker than 344 stuff. So if you get, like, you just do a lot of flashpoints, get the 340 blue gear, and then augment it, you're incredibly strong, and, like, you can keep up with anybody at that point. The hard part is augmenting, though. Augments, the good ones, are just stupid expensive. It's like, they really need to do something about that. You can get like okay augments for cheap, but like the really, really good ones are just unbelievably expensive.
Sounds like overkill to me.
Your objection is noted. The order remains. I've summoned Lieutenant Quinn. He'll prepare you for your final task.
You can buy 340 modifications. I'll explain in a second.
Arms factory. The Resistance forces recently captured it and made it their headquarters. An incursion into the arms factory will be a monumental feat. I'm excited by the prospect of you laying waste to that place.
We're on the same page, Lieutenant.
That will make us an unstoppable force, my lord. All right. The Republic Command Center is deep inside the arms factory, the most heavily protected installation on the planet. In order to reach Commander Rylorn, you will have to make your way past all of the factory's defenses, which are considerable.
It'll be fine.
The tougher, the better.
Stationed inside are an estimated 1,000 of the Republic's best-trained soldiers. Specifically, Rylorn's elite squadron is responsible for some of the most precise, improbable resistance victories on Balmorra. They're legendary.
They're practically dead.
The Empire's cause here on Balmorra will be greatly advanced once they're gone. One final thing. The investigator that the Jedi sent has been concentrating her activity around the arms factory. I have her under minute-by-minute surveillance. If she becomes a problem, I'll contact you on your comlink.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm on top of it. I will be here to salute you when the Balmorran arms factory is a smoking husk, my lord.
So you can get 340 mods, and you can even get epic 336 mods, which is like the PvP cap, which is good because they're epic. But it's such a dumb system. Once you know how it works, it's no problem. But in the fleet, like where you would buy mods and stuff, there's these two, like, what's that guy's name? Greedo, the alien guy. There's like two aliens that look like him, called Hyde and Zeke. And you talk to them, and they have like so much dialogue that means nothing. But if you find it, they'll give you a quest, and they'll offer you like 5 million different quests, and you just got to pick the right one. Basically, they'll give you quests to either blow up, like deconstruct, which is here, right? You go here, you click this thing to deconstruct, and you can put a piece of gear there and blow it up. They'll give you quests for like all the different item levels, and then prototype, which is blue, right? Like a blue item like this, or artifact, which is a purple one. So you would, for example, if you had just any old blue 340 piece of gear, you would pick the quest to blow up a prototype 340 piece of gear. So they give you the quest, and then you do it. You go in here and you put the 340 gear in there and you deconstruct it. You'll win the quest. You talk to them. And then now you can buy 340 mods and stuff. It's just super random. The game doesn't point you in that direction at all. It's just some random ass thing, and it's super handy. Because then you can get adaptive gear and just put all the 340 stuff in it, and you can even trade it to your alternate characters and stuff. It's really weird that they made that so convoluted and like hard to find. Now, I will say, once you get 340 gear, the gear that will drop from flashpoints will also be 340, and then you could also just trade that to other characters. So as the game goes on, it gets easier and easier, honestly, to gear characters, which is good for PvP.
Displaying all authorized destinations. Travel route is confirmed.
There's a lot of systems in this game that they've added over time that are just very poorly explained. Like, once you understand them, they're pretty easy to use and can be very handy, but so many of them are just no explanation in the game whatsoever. I mean, there's a lot of aspects of this game that I like. You know, the story is good for the classes, at least most of them. The PvP is quite fun. I think some of the harder content, like the master mode content, if you can get friends to do it with and stuff, is very fun. But there are a lot of the systems are just stupid. A lot of the expansion stories aren't very good. There's just like weird quests and stuff to like unlock really important features that there's no way to know about. Like, a lot of that stuff is done very, very poorly. Most people prefer... I've never seen the good Jessa, but most people prefer the evil one because, like, most people don't really want to be a, you know, Jedi on the Sith side. And then, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that in the... Because Jessa's so popular, in the expansions, they made, like, a lot of content for the evil Jessa, but they didn't really make any for the good one. I mean, I'm sure that's somewhat true because people say it so often, but I don't know to the extent of that. I accidentally left you running on my TV. Oh no. I went for a walk. My roommate was like, who the fuck is Zert talking to? Oh no. At least we're playing something rather tame. I'm pretty sure Jessa is like stupid evil on purpose though, because she's young and dumb, right? Like, she's super impressionable and she's like in her hot topic phase. And I've heard her good guy version is like the same thing, just like way overly idealistic. Yeah, I did Fallen Empire as well on one character, and I hated it. It was awful. All the expansions suck. All the expansions I've done. I did like the Hut one, the Revan one, and Fallen Empire. Those are the ones I've done, and every single one of them was bad. Thankfully, you don't have to do them. Yeah, the only good thing I can say about the expansions is Darth Maul is in it more. And Darth Maul is like the best Sith. But that's it. Everything else is stupid. Darth Maul is in the class stories a little bit. I don't even remember whose, but he's in someone's class story some. But he's in almost every expansion story. Pretty sure he's the only confirmed Sith to ever get to be a Force Ghost. Kind of a cool place. Wait, this isn't the right way. Need to get... Oh, I see. Ramp. We got a purple drop. And it's like purely cosmetic, I think. Chat, that looks so dorky. That is not what we'll be using. Yeah, most of the Force stuff in Star Wars is kind of silly. I think the best part of Star Wars is all the like underworld stuff and tech stuff, bounty hunters and all that. That's all the good shit. Sith are cool, but you know, all the Force stuff is just kind of too, how do I put it? Almost pretentious. And I think KOTOR probably does better than most, but like most of the Star Wars writing isn't good enough to like pull off a lot of the pretentious crap they're trying to talk about. The coolest part about Star Wars is the more grounded characters, like the bounty hunters, going up against the Force users. That's like the coolest shit to me. Beat up all these dumb space wizards in their bathrobes with good old-fashioned science and skill, right? That's the good shit. So Ziggy, are you gonna play Mecha Break when it comes out? If it ever does come out? I'm hoping some of my chat will play it, because I really like that game. I'd love to be able to stream it a lot. I just don't like streaming stuff that my chat doesn't actually like, because that's just kind of like, there's no point. You know, at that point, you should just play it in your own time.
The factory is under attack. Headquarters has been breached and casualties are severe.
Keep your wits, Captain. What do we know of the enemy?
I mean, it's not exactly a hero shooter. I think people like over exaggerate Mecha Break's like connection to hero shooters. It's really not like them at all. It has pretty surface level stuff in common. You know, it's still a team-based PvP game, but I mean, it has infinitely more in common with Armored Core 6 than it does with like Overwatch. I mean, it's not even close, right? Like, I think people are just really bad about making like super surface level like comparisons like that.
The factory is under attack. Headquarters has been breached and casualties are severe.
Keep your wits, Captain. What do we know of the enemy?
Target is carving a bloody path in this direction. Unconfirmed reports suggest it's Sith.
I'll rip that guy. Well, he looked cool.
Consider them confirmed.
Commander, contact confirmed. The enemy is Sith. Repeat, the enemy is...
I can see that, Captain. Shut up.
Sith, I know why you're here. Be aware that these are the finest troops I've commanded in all my decades of duty.
Consider me warned.
Captain Elgin, engage at will and hold the line. I'm coming with reinforcements. Right on out.
You're about to find out what we're made of.
Yawn.
You're made of bones that break and blood that spills.
Edgy.
You don't intimidate us. We've killed your kind before.
You don't know me. There's some edgy teenager shit there.
Enough talk, Captain. I can smell your fear.
Now taste death. Men, attack!
There's a lot of talking. Man, I wish I had the force scream that pierced targets. They're like perfectly lined up there. Oh, we need hard mode.
Commander, he should have been here by now.
PlanetSide 2 was a pretty unique game concept. It's a shame there hasn't been more stuff like that. That's so old now, too. Most people probably don't even know what it is.
Your commander left you to die.
No, he's safe. All that matters is he's safe.
Please, enough of this.
Commander, no. Run! Save yourself!
Just put him out of his misery, Sith.
You can do it. Confess to him. That's so, like, why? You know, why let more people know? It's stupid.
He suffered enough, I suppose.
No.
It's unfortunate they were on the wrong side. They were excellent soldiers and exceptional men.
Hardly.
Why didn't you convert them to our cause?
I followed Barris's orders to the letter. Recruitment was never my purpose here. I serve for the glory of the Empire, but the life of a spy is a slippery one. In essence, I had to become a Republic soldier, and I've done things against the Empire that have sickened me.
At least your pain ends today.
Before I embrace my end, there is one thing I must know. My son. He was the only thing in the world that was truly mine. And in love or weakness, I told him my secrets. I know you had to cover my tracks, but please tell me, Did he face his fate well?
No.
He whimpered like a craven coward.
I see. You've crushed my spirit. Now the death of my body is a formality. When they find my corpse, there must be evidence of a valiant fight. We must make this look convincing, Sith. So I will not hold back. I will fight you as though you are my mortal enemy.
It's still really silly that you're killing the spies. I'll try not to be bored.
It will give me no pleasure to cut you down.
Our duty is often difficult, friend. Tell Lord Barris it has been my great honor to serve him.
Also, I don't know why he gets mad at you for telling him the truth there. Oh, excuse me, he's behind me. I was like, what? Oh, we have our interrupt now. Just waiting here outside of the fire. Damn, that's actually kind of annoying. And I could just face tank it. There's no way it's gonna do that much damage. Waste of good personnel. Hey, Rabbit.
My lord, I believe we've got trouble. I heard your entire conversation with Commander Rylorn.
Oh, right, so you heard that, all that stuff.
You have my attention.
I told you that I've had the Jedi investigator surveilled and that she's been snooping around the arms factory. Apparently she bugged Rylorn's quarters, and as she listened in on your conversation, I heard what she heard. The investigator knows everything, my lord.
Where is she now?
She was heading to her ship, but I had my men move in and cut her off from the Republic landing bay. I am systematically blocking her avenues of transmission and escape, herding that Republic scum to her only hope, the spaceport at Sobrik.
So, not that it's a good thing if they found out that guy was a spy, but now that he's dead, I don't see what it matters. Like, oh, the guy that's dead was a spy. What are they gonna do now? I guess it would just alert them to look for other spies or something, but like, again, you shouldn't let them know, but it doesn't seem like it would really matter that much at this point.
I will be there soon.
I'm afraid there's more, my lord. My men who engaged her report that she's wielding a lightsaber. It seems this investigator is a Jedi Knight. I advise caution when facing her.
Excellent. Today I kill a Jedi Knight.
I will gather my remaining men and meet you at the spaceport. We will crush this Jedi.
Shame it's not like a hard mode thing, because then it would actually be you know, worth a damn. We're probably just gonna steamroll them. Thankfully, there is a lot of content you can do at 80 that's challenging if you want, which is nice. Wait, how far away are they? Oh, they're at like that spaceport. Okay, so we should just teleport. Honestly, Vet kind of looks cooler than we do. We don't look awful, but could be better. All right. Weird that we keep using Force Choke in the story, but I don't have it in gameplay. I wonder when that changes.
Perfection is my goal, Master.
You're too late, Sith. I already transmitted the conversation between you and Commander Rylon to the Jedi Council.
Rip.
Nomen Karr has his proof. Now Master Karr and his Padawan will track down and expose every Sith agent in the galaxy.
Mark my words, they will be hunted every step of the way.
You fight for a losing cause, Sith. I have purity of purpose. I seek neither thrills nor satisfaction.
Oh god, Jedi.
Like you, I am calm.
Unlike me, you're about to be dead.
If you persist in this aggression, I shall be forced to strike you down. The dark side shall fail you, Sith. Save yourself, surrender, and the Jedi Council will give you every opportunity to discover redemption.
Lay down your lightsaber. I hope you could do that as like a fake, but yeah, fuck that. Shut up and fight. Much better.
Save your breath, Jedi. You're going to need it.
Attack me and I will kill you.
Man, I was trying to get my leap off and it's not happening there. That just like shocked the shit out of her. That's funny. I could probably have interrupted that ability they just used. Look at this wiffle bat fight. Bonker in the face. Look, just when in doubt, just do this move over and over again. Will you stop that?
Your victory means nothing. The damage has been done. The proof has been transmitted. So deal the death blow, Sith. I am at peace, knowing that the greater good has been served.
I hate to burst your bubble, Jedi. No, that's a lie. I'm reveling in it. I intercepted your transmission. The Jedi know nothing.
Oh, that's nice.
Your failure is complete. How do you feel now?
Gloat all you like. It means nothing. I remain at peace. And Nomen Karr and his Padawan will still defeat you.
Tell me the name of Nomen Karr's Padawan.
I will never betray her identity. I am resigned. Strike me down. I offer no further resistance.
Imagine doing this option. What kind of stupid fuck?
I will savor your destruction.
There is no death. There is the Force.
I would have just had the guy with the gun just shoot her in the back of the head there, but...
How bizarre. She just closed her eyes and accepted death.
Stupid.
Sheer idiocy.
No matter. The threat is ended. Lord Barris will be anxious to learn what became of this. When you're ready, I'll contact him from my office.
No hurry.
The old man can wait.
Of course, my lord. Take your time. I'm not seeking to impose. I'll be waiting in my barracks.
Alrighty. This guy joins you as a companion. He's not very popular though. And I might be totally wrong. I don't really remember. But like the Sith Warrior story is one that I had done back in the day. But I think he portrays you. But I might be way off on that. But I'm pretty... I think he does. I have no idea why or any of that shit. But I get the... I have like just a memory that some shit like that happens. And I think you can kill him actually. But I might... Somebody in someone's story betrays you. So maybe it's the bounty hunter or something. I don't really remember, but that's definitely a thing. The fuck are... Like, this fashion, though. These guys look pretty cool. I don't know where they were in that last cutscene. Those are really weird guards that were in that cutscene.
It's not my place, Lord Barris. I leave that for your apprentice to convey.
Then step aside, Lieutenant. My apprentice has arrived. Nice of you to join us. Quinn refuses to update me, insisting the privilege be yours. I assume the Jedi investigator has been stopped.
Yeah, originally you couldn't control the companion's role, so if you killed one of the, like, important ones, it was kind of a problem. But, you can kill them now. But you have to get, like, a lot farther in. And now you can change their roles, so it doesn't matter so much. Give me a break.
She is dead, Master.
That is a relief. I had hoped to avoid confronting the Jedi, but our hand was forced. What matters most is that Rylon can no longer be exposed. And how would you assess Lieutenant Quinn's contribution?
Well, he did stop the transmission.
He did his part.
Lieutenant, my apprentice's demeanor notwithstanding, I have been impressed with your efforts. You have more than made up what is owed to me. I'm putting you up for a captaincy and transmitting an executive order allowing you to station wherever you choose. You are dismissed.
Thank you, Lord Barris. If my actions benefit the Empire, they benefit me. I would have done the same regardless of our past. My lord, before I depart, it's been my extreme honor to serve you. You are the epitome of everything the Empire stands for.
Get going.
You've been dismissed, Imperial.
Until we meet again, I salute you, my lord.
He will have his hands full. There are powerful Imperials dedicated to keeping him down. But if Quinn can overcome them and rise to the station he deserves, there is great hope for our Imperial allies.
Who cares?
Can we get on with our business?
You are quite right, apprentice. Quinn's fate is of small consequence compared to our affairs. Your presence on Balmora is no longer needed. Return to your ship when you're ready to leave. I'll contact you there.
So, we're leaving, right? On to our next exercise in domination and destruction?
Oh my god, you can just shock her. I kind of want to say this because it's just stupid. Holy shit.
I only dominate and destroy as a last resort.
Yeah, right. You must have a short list of resorts then. Well, I hope the next place we end up has a beach.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure if you do remove the collar, you actually get more options when talking to her, because the shock option gets replaced with something else. So eventually you get an ability where you can charge to a friendly target to like protect them, and you can use it on random NPCs, which lets you move around faster, which is quite nice. You also get this ability called Mad Dash, which just like zooms you forward in a line. So you can combine those to get around pretty quick with like the jet boots. And you can be pretty swift.
My lord, I hope you don't find my appearance here obtrusive. I beg an audience.
Not you again.
I'd hoped I'd seen the last of you.
My apologies, my lord. Perhaps my presence is unwelcome, but I hope to remedy that. As you know, Lord Barris enabled my reassignment anywhere I choose. It is an evolution I've longed for and assumed would never come.
His gun looks so dumb.
On this planet
Holy hell.
Reawakened the ambition I began my career with, to make the most profound impact possible for the Empire.
Good luck with that.
I don't want to leave it to luck, my lord. I cannot think of a more glorious and honorable way to make a difference in the galaxy than to serve you. I'm here to pledge myself to you. I'm ready and willing to serve in whatever capacity you see fit.
What exactly can you do, Captain?
Who cares what he can do? I could use some
What?
help around here.
I feel like something is glitched here. Save it.
I'm considering it, Vet.
My lord, if given the chance, I know I will prove myself to you. I'm a top-notch pilot, military strategist, and a deadly shot. I can fly this ship, plan your battles, assess your enemies, and kill them. You won't find a more tireless and loyal subject. I offer my military prowess and dedicate every ounce of my strength to your cause.
So, yeah, I'm not sure he betrays you or not, but if he does, I'm actually curious as to why, because he is such a, like, zealous Imperial. I'm kind of curious what causes that.
All right. I'll find something for you to do.
An opportunity is all I ask.
But can he cook?
My lord. I will submit my reassignment papers as we depart.
I don't know why that wasn't, like, loaded in correctly there.
I take my leave.
We'll stick with Vet for now.
Miss me?
You get, like, a elite stormtrooper guy at some point. I think he was pretty cool. I don't remember all the companions you actually get for Sith. The big one is the, like, Padawan. That's, like, a huge story point for quite a while here. That's what most people use. We might mix it up or let chat pick or something. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I didn't level much. I probably should have used an XP boost. Kind of forgot. Bust one out there.
Apprentice, I see you are ready to put Balmora behind you. Good. The elimination of Commander Rylon grants security to my spy network, but there is still more to be done.
Ease up, Barris.
It's always work, work, work with you.
When all this is over, there will be time to relax. Now, before I unleash you on Noman Carr and his Padawan, you must eliminate my spy on Nar Shaddaa. Head there immediately.
Yeah, there's it's like a side quest. It's a pain in the ass. I only ever did it once, and it was way back in the day. You have to find all these, like, parts scattered throughout the galaxy to make an HK-51, which was, like, the bad guy HKs from the second game or something. And, yeah, he's pretty awesome. I have him on my bounty hunter. That's the only time I ever unlocked him, though. But he's got, like, his own quest line you can do, and he's really cool. You can get him on any character, it's just, it's not the easiest thing to do. Got all kinds of quests here, hold on, we'll talk to Vet. He probably just wants us to remove the shock collar, which we might just... We'll have to do it eventually if we want to do her quests, but we'll see.
Okay, hey.
We look insane.
Sith master person of questionable temper and such. I've been extra good with the behaving. Did you notice? So, how about taking the shock collar off me?
What do you think, chat? I like how you just say no and shocker. I do know you can give the shock collar to, like, the controller to it to another companion at some point. So that's a funny thing you can do. But I know you have to take it off eventually, otherwise you'll just, like, hit a wall and her quest won't continue. No. Shocker one more time, then remove it. Yeah, we could wait until a little bit later. It's whatever chat wants, though. It's like chat wants the top option. Boy, is she gonna be pissed.
How about some pain instead?
That hurts. Do you not get that?
Well, you can do it again. Shall we move on? I do.
I enjoy.
You wrecking... No. I won't let you bait me. Lead on. I'll be following like a good slave.
Boy, I don't think that went very well. I think, yeah, if you talk to her again, it's just the same thing.
Okay. I can't take this anymore. Look, I throw myself on your mercy or whatever. Please. Just please remove this collar.
Alright, chat, what do you think? We probably should, because like I said, you can't actually continue if you don't.
Don't make me regret this.
Yeah, I think it is Jessa that you can give the controller to.
What? Oh. It's off. Right. Look. I can move my head. Sorry, this will take some getting used to. I thought I was going mad. So what happens now?
So imagine you do that finally, and then you just use Force Lightning on her. You could just be such an asshole.
You will remain with me and help achieve my goals.
Fantastic. Glad you could open up. We'll have to talk again sometime.
Everyone getting along so well. Jesus, we can do another quest.
You know, I was a slave when I was a little girl. Before I got free. Sort of full circle, I guess.
Shut up. Oh my god. What do you think, chat? Oh, that's amazing. I bet you that just ends the quest. That probably just instantly kills it. Don't be mean. You can do a middle ground. I guess she's not a slave anymore, I suppose.
You work for a Sith, as all in the Empire do, but your collar has been removed.
Right. I do appreciate the difference, believe me. My mother and sister and I were grabbed when I was little. I don't remember much of it. We worked the mines on Ryloth. Then they separated us. I got sold to a Rhodian, then a Hutt. Then some sort of weird three-eyed thing.
I'm sorry I asked.
All of this while you were still a child?
Yeah, I was 7 or 8 by the time I landed with 3 eyes. Anyway, I guess you know you've moved around too much when a Sith ship starts to feel like home.
Boy is pretty fucking evil, and all the different games I've played with him, pretty much always just the most evil options. All, like, fucking EDF, he'll just drop airstrikes on our allies and shit like that. When we played Baldur's Gate, just murder, murder, murder. Good times.
You've learned to be adaptable. That's a good thing.
Make the best of it? Yeah. Thanks for the talk.
I'm the true Sith. Jesus, we got 600 points there. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Hopefully I'll level up here. Close.
Apprentice, I see you've landed on Nar Shaddaa.
My thing is, like, it's not I don't even care as much about being evil or... I like to be pragmatic, right? I don't want to be like a villain that's just like an idiot, right? Like killing your own minions and shit. That's just stupid. I would rather be like a Sith that's smart.
Apprentice, I see you've landed on Nar Shaddaa. It is, I'm afraid, the armpit of the galaxy.
Right up your alley.
Must be your kind of place, Barris.
In my youth, perhaps. Nar Shaddaa is a planet of frivolity and distraction. Gambling, spice, rampant black market and gang territory disputes. But you are there to eliminate my spy, Agent Delicon. Normally it would be a trifling task, but Delicon has acquired a powerful ally.
So the other guy just went along with us killing him, but I guess this guy won't. Have you lost your touch?
Surely this person wouldn't dream of defying you.
He seems to relish it. Agent Delicon's new benefactor is a young Sith Lord named Rothari.
Oh no,
An
infighting.
upstart who openly disrespects my methods. Rothari prefers a more blunt approach. The Dark Council has granted him dominion over Sith interests on Nar Shaddaa.
So we're kind of in the wrong here, because not only is he with another Sith, but the Dark Council actually likes that Sith. So we're just being complete assholes going against what's good for the Empire here. I like blunt.
This Rothari and I might have a lot in common.
If he continues to cross me, he will soon be dead. I doubt you want to have that in common. Agent Delicon knows much about my organization. I cannot have Rothari in possession of such a resource. Burn Rothari to the ground. Destroy everything he's working for. And kill Agent Delicon.
At least the other time we were, like, advancing the Empire's interests. Now we're just being stupid.
I see you're not adverse to overkill.
This kind of defiance cannot be tolerated. Haladrel Setson runs my slave operation on Nar Shaddaa. She has been a valued operative for many years. She is ready to receive you and can fill you in on Rothari's movements and interests. That is all.
Alrighty, I don't remember this at all, but out here murdering spies. The Empire are still the bad guys here. Honestly, and I'm not just saying this to be like controversial, I think both the Empire and Republic are bad. And like, here's a good example, right? Like, people are always saying the Republic's great. First off, in all versions of Star Wars, the Republic does and this is a canonical, they do a bad job of protecting their people, right? In all versions of the story, that's the case. They always do a bad job of like protecting most of the planets that they are in control of. And like, everyone's like, oh, the Empire uses slaves sometimes. The fucking Republic uses clones that they do not give any choice to, right? And like, this is like a whole thing in like a lot of the expanded Star Wars media. I think even like the Clone Wars like cartoon and stuff, where like the clones don't really want to just be thrown into the meat grinder and treated as like a number, but like they have to. But that's not any better than like anything the Sith ever do, and the Republic is kind of always like that. The Republic just kind of has their head up their ass. At least the Empire's honest about being dictatorship. And in the KOTOR timeline, right, which is way in the past, you have people like Darth Maul and stuff that are actually trying to do what's good for the Empire as a whole instead of just being a selfish jackass. Where the Republic is kind of always just corrupt and stupid. Also, the Republic, you know, in the later Star Wars, like the original movies, you know, it becomes the Empire, you know, it gives birth to it, so yeah, they both suck.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Yeah, you can tell George Lucas wanted it to be Republic good, Empire bad, but like I think on accident he just made it where they're both bad. The Republic is incompetent and corrupt and hypocritical, especially because they use clones and stuff like that in such a bad way. And then the Empire is just straight up a dictatorship. A pretty strong army in most of the continuities. The thing is, a lot of what the Jedi do, though, are just as evil as, like, what the Sith are doing. They just act like they're not. I mean, again, like, they're the ones that, you know, misuse the clones and stuff. I mean, that's morally wrong, right? To the same extent of any of, like, the moral bads that the Sith do. And when it comes down to it in, like, the different stories and movies and books and stuff, there are some Jedi that are pretty good and, like, don't do the hypocritical bullshit. And there are some Sith that are good, like Darth Maul, that are just, you know, trying to do what's like good for their people. I just find like on average, they're both bad, but Sith are cool and Jedi are lame. Oh yeah, and like everyone gets mad at this. Like Star Wars fans get all mad about this. Like, of course you'd bring that up, but this is really bad. Jedi indoctrinate children. They take them away from their parents. And like the whole thing Yoda says is like Luke is too old. Yeah, too old to buy the indoctrination, right? That's like actually what they do, and it's like this is reinforced through a lot of stuff by George Lucas, or like canonical stuff, where the whole reason they want them when they're young is because it's easier to indoctrinate them because they don't have attachments yet. Right? Like, that's so evil. Like, that's just crazy evil. Like, don't get me wrong, so are the Sith. The Sith do all kinds of evil stuff. But the Jedi are, like, super evil, but they try to act like they're not. Like, they can't, like, accept the fact that they're also pieces of shit. But yeah, there's, like, individual Jedi that are cool and, like, aren't bad. And there are individual Sith that aren't bad. But, like, as a whole, they're both pretty shit. It's just at least Sith are cool.
Sweet talk me all day, darling. The exchange is moving in on this operation of yours. No amount of sugar.
No, it's Luke. I'm completely correct about this. In episode 5, when Obi-Wan is trying to get Obi-Wan to train Luke, Yoda is just like, he's too old. He says that like a million times.
Sweet talk me all day, darling. The exchange is moving in on this operation of yours. No amount of sugar gonna change that.
Believe me, you're going to prefer the sugar to the spice. Take one step closer and there'll be 24 Sith surrounding you.
24, that's a dead giveaway, darling. You got none.
That is kind of a bad bluff. That she should have said just like 2 or something, but it is funny that she's bluffing like that and you actually happen to be here.
1 is all she's going to need.
See? Not so smug now, are you, Captain?
So you do got a Sith up your sleeve. Well, we've been trained to take out Sith. Time to flex our muscles.
Well, this guy's dead.
I've suffered you long enough.
Kill the Sith.
So the exchange is like a crime organization from the original games. Kind of weird that she just stands there, but okay, game.
You have a flair for dramatic entrances. I probably could have handled that, but I'm grateful for your timing. You're the apprentice Darth Barris prepped for me, yes?
Like how she even knows her bluff wasn't the best there. But yeah, Star Wars, I'm like, I've always found the like more serious side of it to just be kind of bad because it's not written that well. That's the thing. Like, I don't think George Lucas did a very good job with a lot of the like universe stuff because he wants the Jedi to be morally white, but they're not. Like they're intended to be written in a way where they're good, but they're not. And there's just a lot of stuff like that where it's not very deep because it's not written well. What I like about Star Wars is just lasers are cool and ships are cool and bounty hunters are cool, and so I really just like it for that. The more serious stuff, when you like put it under a magnifying glass, just falls apart because it really just is not written that well. The difference is, at least George Lucas though told a story that was like, you know, kind of classical and like relatable, like with the, you know, redeeming the father and all that, you know, with Luke and Vader and all that stuff's fine, right? Where Disney's just garbage, right? They can't even tell like a vanilla story at all. But yeah, George Lucas has good ideas, but yeah, I think his writing is pretty bad. And I think he's even said that. I'm pretty sure he's actually talked about the fact that his writing really isn't that great. I kind of don't like the Sith Emperor in this. It's mainly because he kind of betrays his own empire and then tries to make a second empire, which makes no sense. There was literally no logical reason to do that. And then he's just so like not Sithy, right? Like he wears white, right? And like it's just right? Like for the Emperor, you either want them to be like Darth Maul or like the Emperor, right, from the movies, right? Where he's neither, right? He's not really doing anything to benefit his own empire, and he's not a very good Sith. And he's so, like, lukewarm, like, it's just, like, he's kind of cool that he, like, has some neat powers and stuff, and I like his voice actor, but I really didn't like him very much. I think Darth Maul was a way better, like, leader for the baddies. Because, like, well, I feel like the reason why he's not a good emperor is kind of the fault of the game. because they needed him to be a bad guy for both factions because they stopped having the budget and staff to make stories for the Republic and the Empire separately. So, because like in the base game, right, everything you're doing on the Empire is just completely different than what you do on a Republic character. Just completely different stories, different companions, different boss fights, just everything's different. But in the expansions, not only is it the same story if you're a bounty hunter or a Sith, it's the same fucking story if you're a Jedi or a Sith. And it's just garbage. So they had to make the Emperor this like lukewarm middle bullshit character that is just, I just don't buy it. I think the only reason his character is the way that he is and the reason like he portrays the Empire and makes a second Empire and all this dumb shit is because they just needed him to like be connected to both the Republic and the Empire, right? So you could have the same relationship with him regardless of what your character was. And it's not very believable. It's not a very convincing character. I think Fallen Empire just sucks. I think it's a terrible story that exists because they wanted to like condense the story for both factions and everything, and it just reeks of that. It's very cart before the horse, right? Everything that happens in Fallen Empire and like the second expansion that's connected to it, I forget the name, just feels like contrived for like what they needed to do with the budget and everything, and there's just no like artistic integrity to it. So a lot of that stuff I don't like at all. Yeah, it is way too long. I definitely agree with that. So much filler nonsense. There's a little bit of filler in the class stories, like these two plants we're doing right now are a little fillery. At least they kind of like hype up the apprentice and stuff, and they're like laying some groundwork. But these two planets are definitely on the filler side. But the later expansions are almost nothing but filler. Dude, cart before the horse storytelling is incredibly common, especially now. I think it's become more common as time has gone on, where like they have an objective and they just contrive everything to get to that objective, even if it goes completely against the characters and whatnot, and they'll use really weak logic to explain it and stuff. The Jedi are nothing like school. That is a terrible comparison, because first off, schooling, like going to a public school or a private school, is a choice, and you can homeschool, right? And bad schools, which there are many of, do indoctrinate kids, which is bad, right? Good schools teach them how to think, not what to think. The Jedi don't do that. The Jedi say you have to think this. And they take them from their parents, and they separate them from their parents. Like that's morally bad, right? Schools do not separate children from their parents. The Jedi canonically, right, by George Lucas, the Jedi take the kids from their parents and try to prevent them from ever meeting their parents again. That is a canonical thing that they do, is they do not want them ever meeting their family ever again. That is what a cult does. That is like one-to-one how cults operate, is when you try to isolate people. And like the cool Jedi are like the ones like Qui-Gon that think that's bad, right? Like think that Jedi trying to detach from like their families and stuff is bad, right? But that's like the minority of Jedi, and they go against like the Jedi because of that. Like the Jedi suck. That there's no like arguing it. Like taking kids from their families and trying to prevent them from ever meeting their families again, that is morally wrong. That is a bad thing to do. And schools don't do that, right? And if a school does do that, they suck too. But yeah, Jedi are like textbook cult. I mean, they really are textbook cult behavior. Like separating people, you know, from their social groups, making them rely on them and following their doctrine no matter what. And if you don't follow the doctrine, you're exorcised. And what's that one character that's really popular? She's like rainbow colors. She's like, it's such a stupid story, but like she's like the secret apprentice of Anakin, who he's an apprentice, so that's like the dumbest shit ever. But whoever the fuck that is, their whole thing is the fact that they question the Jedi for like 5 seconds and they get kicked out, right? Like it's just cult-like bullshit. All right, let's see here. What does this lady even say? How much do you know?
What did he tell you about me?
He briefed me on your mission here and my part in it. Halidrel sets in. So you're here to take out Lord Rothari. Won't be easy.
He usually just appears, devastates, then disappears. You'll have to draw him out. He's been making some major power plays, and disrupting them will get his attention.
Sounds like a plan.
Barris trusts me for a reason. First, Lothari's been strong-arming the Hutt cartel. From what I hear, they're close to signing over some important territories to him. He and his apprentice Girick are in conference with the Hutts at cartel headquarters. If you burst in...
I mean, saying the Sith are evil doesn't make the Jedi good, and that was my whole point, is they're both evil. The difference is the Sith are portrayed as antagonists, so they're supposed to be evil. Where the Jedi are portrayed as protagonists, you're supposed to root for them, while the, use clones like worse than slaves, and they're indoctrinating kids and separating them from their families. It's garbage. And at least, and Sith have a lot more, like, variables, right? Because Sith, the one good thing about them is they encourage emotions, right? And they encourage connections. So they don't care if you have a family. That doesn't matter. And like throughout the different like expanded fictions and stuff, the whole thing with the Sith is just, they're not really a cult. They don't really do cult-like things. They don't try to disconnect people from their social groups and stuff. They're just evil or power hungry, right? Because some Sith aren't really evil. Like, you have plenty of Sith that don't kill innocent people for no reason and shit like that. But they seek power, right? That's like the fundamental thing about Sith, is they want power. Which that's not inherently evil. It can be evil. And like, look. The Sith code is like objectively correct information, right? It's not really morally good or bad. It's just true, right? Like the Sith code is, I don't remember exactly, but it's roughly become competent and become powerful so you can win and have freedom, right? That's how life works. If you want to be free, you have to be powerful. That's just true. That's how the universe works, right? If you want to have personal freedom, if you don't want to be controlled by other things or governments or whatever, you need to be powerful, right? The Jedi code is just gerbily gook. That doesn't mean anything, right? It's like it's just like bullshit ideological nonsense that it means nothing, right? It's like it's literally nonsense, where like the Sith code is just correct. Now you can use it, for ill. Being powerful doesn't make you a good person, but it doesn't make you a bad person either. But like most Sith obviously are evil because they're like tyrannical and they want power so much that they'll do all kinds of stupid shit. Also, the problem with Sith, I would say for the most part, is that they're stupid, right? Like not all Sith, but a lot of Sith are so like fixated on furthering their own power that they don't see the big picture, and they'll screw over the Sith as a whole and end up losing power, right? That's like their whole shtick, is like they're like an Ouroboros, like eating themselves. They end up fighting themselves, and like they say this in a lot of the different books and stuff, that if the Sith ever got their shit together and just like behaved pragmatically, they would beat the shit out of the Jedi and it wouldn't even be close. Like the whole reason they're like in a gridlock in most of the stories is because the Sith are stupid, like, and they're always fighting each other. I mean, some Sith like do shitty stuff and like try to force people, and some don't, right? Like, cause they're way less. They have way less of a hierarchy, right? Where the Jedi have like a very strict structure. They're almost like they're an organization, where the Sith really aren't. Sometimes they make their own organizations and stuff, but I mean, most Sith don't even agree with each other. I would actually say in like the SWTOR timeline, that's when the Sith are the most organized.
Lothari doesn't sound like the type to negotiate.
You're right. He doesn't like talk, but he knows how to apply political pressure. The cartel is an Imperial ally. Lothari can't just beat on them. He has to play diplomat. Unfortunately, the same applies for you. If things turn violent between you and the Hutts, better if there's no one left to identify you.
Just kill everybody.
There won't be a heart left beating.
It could get hairy. Those oversized slugs have some pretty buff bodyguards. I've got a shipment of slaves to send out, but I'll be here if you need me. Good luck, my lord.
Kind of funny that she's one of the most competent allies you've had up to this point, but obviously evil as fuck. But yeah, I truly don't think George Lucas really thought through a lot of his ideas, because a lot of the like things you'll see him say about Star Wars and what it's supposed to be about, like it's supposed to be very morally white and black and stuff, he really failed in doing. I'm sure he wanted it to be that way, but he like accidentally gave Sith sometimes some justifiable stuff, and then he made a lot of the air quotes good guys like shockingly bad. And like, I think the worst thing about George Lucas's stuff is his dialogue. I cannot believe how bad Star Wars dialogue is. You know, every once in a while it'll have a good scene or line and stuff, but holy crap, especially in the prequels. I think that the writing got so bad in the prequels. It is just unbearable, like how wooden and like exposition heavy and just unhuman, right? A lot of the dialogue in Star Wars is. My favorite stuff in Star Wars, a lot of the times, is some of like the just random fucking books. A lot of the like really like mainline Star Wars books got really like stupid in my opinion, and got like really convoluted, and like every writer wanted to be special and just have like a hidden apprentice, or everyone you thought died lived, and all that. I just can't get behind any of that stuff. But there's like a lot of random books, like there's a book about the cutscene in SWTOR where they like attack Coruscant, right? The big like cutscene for this game. They made a book about that, and it's just a simple story, right? It's not very grandiose, but it's good, right? And that's like where Star Wars is best, in my opinion, is some of the like smaller like stories like that. And then Disney is just, that shit is just horrible. I mean this, the best thing out of all the stuff Disney's done with Star Wars, the absolute best thing they've done with like their 3 movies, is that one scene with the random stormtrooper that has like the lightning staff that like beats the shit out of Finn with a lightsaber, right? That is the best thing out of everything in the sequel movies. I can't even think of another like positive thing to say. Like, that guy was awesome. That was good shit. But everything else was pretty bad. Oh, and Finn was a good idea. Finn was a really good idea for a character that they completely wasted and did nothing with. But like the idea of having like a stormtrooper, you know, kind of question what's going on and all that, and have them be a main character, that's a great idea. But they completely squandered that. And like, I like how not only did they do nothing with that, but he never even feels bad. It's so weird, right? Like, he never even feels bad about killing stormtroopers when he is a stormtrooper and should have like, and early on they kind of, you know, set it up like it's going to be like that, where he's like empathetic because he knows they're just like, you know, kind of forced into it and everything, but then he just doesn't care immediately and will just kill stormtroopers like it's nothing. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Is the Kenobi show good? Never saw it, but I did not hear good things. I'll say this, it doesn't even matter if the rest of it's good. The whole idea of having Darth Vader fight Obi-Wan in that show is so fucking stupid. That is just so fucking stupid, because in episode 4, when Obi-Wan and Vader are fighting each other, when Darth Vader's talking about the last time they met, he is obviously talking about in episode 3, not some random encounter on Tatooine. Like, just fucking stupid as hell, dude. Like, they're just doing that to try to like hype people up and, you know, get, you know, sales essentially, right? Like, it's so artistically bankrupt. I've not seen Bad Batch. I've only seen the clips of Bad Batch that had Cad Bane in it, because Cad Bane is awesome, but I know nothing about Bad Batch aside from that. Cad Bane is great, by the way.
You would be wise to bend to the great Lord Rathari's will. Sign over the specified territories.
I think my absolute favorite thing from Star Wars is probably like the Bounty Hunter book. That has like a story about IG-88, a story about Boba Fett, a story about Bosk. It's like a lot of Bounty Hunter stuff. That's probably my favorite thing from Star Wars. And then I like SWTOR here. Like it's pretty nice. And I like that book. I think the book is called Deceived, and it's just about Malgus like wrecking Coruscant. I liked that book. I have, you know, it's not like, you know, it's not, how do I put this? It's not like super, you know, intellectual book or anything. You know, it's kind of just quick fun, but I think Star Wars is best when it's like that. Like Warhammer, at least in the past, I don't know about now, but Warhammer 40,000 has always understood what it is and kind of embraced the almost like shallow fun that it is, right? Star Wars only does that half the time. And I think it's best when it does. When Star Wars tries to get too serious, I don't think it works so good.
You would be wise to bend to the great Lord Rathari's will. Sign over the specified territories before he loses his patience.
I mean, like, Warhammer can be serious. It's just, how do I put this? I think I use serious kind of the wrong way there. Like, Warhammer will be serious in that, like, it'll take itself seriously, but it's still just, like, you know, factions fighting each other. It's just space war, cool vehicles, aliens, you know, explosions, right? It's not, like, trying to, explore you know, government interactions with the people and blah 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 blah. Like Star Wars kind of gets its head up its ass sometimes, and it's like, you are not qualified to go into this shit. It's just stupid, right? I think Star Wars is at its best when it's just like, you know, Darth Maul fighting 2 Jedi because that's cool, right? And like, you know, Jango Fett shooting that Jedi in the face that's trying to attack Dooku. You know, that's the good shit, right? And you know, it can be serious, right? There's serious stories, but they're not trying to be like grandiose with like morality or anything, right? And I think that's generally Star Wars works better that way when it's stories about stars that are at war, right? That's just, it's better.
I knew Hutts was spineless, but who knew they were gutless too?
I'll tell you who this is. This is the apprentice of an over-the-hill Sith named Darth Barras. Yes, that's right. My master and I anticipated your arrival.
Yeah, Warhammer books, and I'm sure there's some exceptions. Some of them are probably bad, because normally I'll look them up and like hear about the ones that people say are really good, and that's the ones that I'll read, and they are normally good. But they do always understand what they are. You know, they're not too worried about the grand vision, if you will. You know, they're just having fun in the universe, and you know, cool battles, and you know, they can be very dark or depressing or whatever, right? It's not like they can't be serious. It's just they're not trying to be more than they are, and I really appreciate that. Where I think Star Wars definitely can have its head up its ass. I mean, look at the Acolyte. I mean, I don't think I need to say anything else.
Have you also anticipated your doom? Shut up, or I'll kill you and your men along with Rathari's toady.
Why does this guy have a scouter? Does this guy work for Lord Frieza? There's a good comparison. Ain't nobody watching Dragon Ball Z for, you know, some in-depth plot. And that doesn't mean you can't have, like, you know, some fun stuff. You know, you had, like, Cell kind of being the sneaky bad guy that shows up when you thought the androids were going to be the bad guys and stuff. Yeah, that's all fine, right? But, like, you're watching it for cool fight scenes and energy blasts, okay? Like, let's not get that shit twisted.
If you're stupid enough to stand against me, then you will die today.
Boy, they talk a lot. I guess it's only delaying his treaty. Fuck that. Oh yeah, they're all dead. Now they're trying to like make bets and stuff.
You're wasting your time. Just die.
Boy, yeah, that guy looks competent. That's a real Django Fett right there. What are you doing with a yellow lightsaber, you dumb bitch? Oh, oh! Dead slugs. Like he just knocked his ass over. Sith out here not using red lightsabers. What a disgrace. Why are the Hutts alive again? That's must be a mistake.
Lord Rathari will still be you and your master's downfall.
I'll save you. Grow up. I got to grow up.
Find some self-respect, worm.
Yes, that is exactly what I intend to do. I die by my own hand.
I don't even care.
Yours.
Anyway, I don't even remember that guy's name. Well, that's a lot of dead people. Alright, where are we going here? I guess I can just teleport. I hate how it tells you, like, your location you're supposed to go to is the speeder to then go to your actual location, so I can't actually see where the objective is, so I don't know where to teleport to. I'll just teleport to the speeder then. That kind of sucks, though. Wait, did Illidan ever kill himself? If it's in, like, you know, the MMO, then I didn't keep up with that shit, but, just gonna say it, Arthas is way cooler than Illidan. We're talking about Star Wars and Warhammer, but now we're bringing fucking Warcraft into it. Warcraft's another IP that murdered itself. Like, Warcraft 1 through 3, awesome, doesn't take itself too seriously, it's just good old-fashioned fun. But it's got like cool characters and factions and all that. It was great. And then early WoW was fine and was just kind of a fun sandbox for that fun universe they had made. And then everything, you know, after the vanilla is just garbage. And they just made it dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. Thoughts on the lethality of lightsabers and how sometimes one-shot people, but then people living. So canonically, they're supposed to be incredibly powerful, right? They're supposed to just be so good at cutting through shit, right? And you see that in the episode 1, right, where there's all those like they're like, close the doors, close the other doors, right? And then the lightsaber just goes through it super easy, right? But then, yeah, you got people getting, like, in, like, a lot of the Disney shit especially, you got people getting, like, stabbed in the fucking chest, and they're just fine, because they have plot armor, right? So, like, let's just cut to the chase. Lightsabers are supposed to be super dangerous, but plot armor just trumps everything, right? And, like, writers are hacks, and they'll just have people live because they need them to. Doesn't matter how dangerous the weapon is supposed to be. Like, and I remember in the early days of Star Wars, and you'd see this in some of the early books, and they carried this on into, like, KOTOR and stuff, and I think into, like, The Mandalorian even, but, like, it started in the books, and they kept using it. The fact that vibroblades could, like, somewhat defend against lightsabers was a really big deal, right? That was, like, and vibroblades were supposed to be pretty rare back then, right? And it was, like, such a... They were still way weaker than lightsabers, but they were one of the few things that could actually contend with lightsabers. And then it was like the Mandalorian Beskar, and that's fine because Mandalorians are like the super elite of the non-Force users, so that's fine. Like that, so Mandalorian armor and vibro blades were like the only things that could really contend with lightsabers. And that was cool, right? That made those two things really special, but they were super, super rare, so lightsabers were still good. But then as time has gone on, it's just like super fucking inconsistent.
Word spread through the streets that Rathari's conference with the Hutts was invaded and his apprentice killed. No one knows who slaughtered the Hutts, so I'm very impressed. The Empire's alliance is intact. It's too bad Rathari wasn't in attendance, but man, I bet he's fuming.
Why would you say I'm disappointed with you? Like, she literally gave you really good information. Like, what the fuck?
I'm sure our message was heard loud and clear.
Rathari is also on the verge of taking over the Republic's base of operations in the upper industrial sites. With his work with the cartel dashed, he's sure to pour himself into squashing the Republic garrison.
I don't know what you mean by you better be right this time, because they were right last time.
I will be there soon.
Even if Rathari isn't there, when his operations are all thwarted, I know he'll come to you. A confrontation will be inevitable.
Slight upgrade. Oh, this lightsaber's better too. I could take the mods out and put them in this one, but the mods themselves are green. Boy, I need to expand my inventory here. I can tell her to go sell stuff.
Hey, I can use the rest.
Better. I just shot a drug into my leg there. Lightsabers are pretty cool though, but guns are cooler. Really, like, Force users are kind of low on the totem pole for me. Like, you know, HK-47, right, and HK-51 and all that. That's way cooler than a Jedi. Like, are you kidding me? Like Jango Fett is way cooler. Favorite gun? What, in real life or in, like, in Star Wars? Honestly, the Stormtrooper rifle looks pretty cool. I don't know about in real life. There's so much variety in real life. It's kind of hard to say. And I have shot guns in real life, but I've not fired a variety of them, you know, so I know of them, but I have no personal experience with them, so I can't really pick. It's kind of like if you, you've only ever had, like, one slice of pepperoni pizza, and then it's like, what's your favorite pizza? It's kind of like, I don't fucking know, right? You know, if you want to go off of just like what it looks like or something, I guess you could do that. But yeah, I fired a very small selection of firearms, so I don't have a lot of anything to go off of, right? AA-12 is pretty sick, especially in like games and shit. You know, obviously very different in real life, but yeah, that shit is pretty cool. Okay, I'm not really huge on the AK-47 because it's very reliable, but it's also incredibly basic, and it's old as fuck. And it's kind of like the F-16, right? I don't hate the F-16, but it's so out of date in comparison to like an F-35 or like the newer versions of the F-22 that it's just like, it's kind of hard for that to be awesome, I guess, in my eyes. And like the AK-47 is just like, yeah, it's like a workhorse in very, you know, pragmatic for what it is, but it's unbelievably out of date. But it is hard to deny, you know, the fact that it's still, you know, a useful weapon, you know, after all this time. You know, that is impressive. And it's like, you know, all guns are at this point are so powerful that in most contexts it doesn't matter unless you're going up against other people with guns. It's like you know, bears are awesome, but like no bear has a fucking chance against an AK-47. You know, I'm talking about how out of date an AK-47 is, but like you could just mow down a whole family of bears like it's nothing with an AK-47, right? Like it's so much stronger than anything like nature could have produced at this point. That yeah, all guns at this point are kind of awesome like that. And like, you know, nature's cool and everything, but it's like, even like if you go back, okay, so due to like changes in the environment and everything, right? A lot of like old school evolution stuff isn't viable anymore. There's not enough like biomass on the planet anymore for like an oxygen, right? A T-Rex, for example, can't survive anymore, right? So like the state of like evolution now is like regressed from what it used to be, right? But even back in the day, right, no fucking, you know, Jurassic Park is propaganda, right? No fucking pterodactyl has a chance against like an Apache helicopter, right? Or like an F-22, like, or even a you know, an F-16 or whatever, right? Like, no shot, right? Like, technology is just so much more advanced than anything that, you know, look, I love T-Rexes, right? I love T-Rexes, but like, again, AK-47 would wreck a T-Rex. I mean, it would like crush it, like not even close, dude. And like a T-Rex is so much, you know, more advanced and powerful than like a bear or a wolf or something. You know, it's so much stronger, right? I mean, even it has absolutely no chance against an AK-47. Like, not even close. Yeah, that kind of shows the difference, right? A katana is not gonna let you beat a T-Rex. Like, no way, right? Like, no fucking way. Okay. Some of the weaker handguns would not work great against a T-Rex. Now, if you shoot them enough, I mean, it would still scare them, right? And it depends on the handgun. Like, some handguns actually have a lot of puncture power. It depends. And like, unlike what we see in Jurassic Park, if you had a handgun and you shot a T-Rex in the face with it, it's probably going to fuck off, right? And that's still going to really hurt it. And if you shoot it in the eye or the mouth or something, and it's going to have a bad time. And there are some like handguns that would still really fuck up a dinosaur, but the rifles and such are going to do astronomically better. Because like a fucking like 9mm not going to do great. But yeah, fucking napalm steel is not going to do anything to a T-Rex.
Men, fall back. Rally here! My lord, what is the meaning of this? We are on the verge of striking a major blow to the Republic. I am General Cligton, commanding on the authority of Sith Lord Rathari, appointed to Nar Shaddaa by the Dark Council. Why do you attack the Empire's men?
You know, he's got a good point. He really does, but, you know, it's because it's what Paris wants. Like I said, we're kind of idiots here. The other Sith is favored by the Dark Council, and, like, right now we're screwing over Empire guys. We actually are stupid. And so to be fair, plate armor actually did not become trivial with that. This is like a media gets this wrong a lot. Armor was still used for a long time when guns got invented. Now it became less cost effective, right? Because armor doesn't do that well against guns, but it is. Believe me, you are way better off having plate armor on than literally nothing if you get shot, okay? Way better. Now, it's not, you know, it's nothing compared to like, you know, Kevlar or something actually designed to deal with guns, right? It's not nearly as good, but yeah, you are so much better off wearing plate armor than nothing. And you see this because they kept wearing plate armor for a long fucking time, even when guns were a thing, for like a really long time. Like it's people really like oversell like how quickly we replaced armor. We really didn't. We kept wearing armor for a very, 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 very long time. But they started being more like pragmatic about it. Like it would be just a chest piece and stuff like that. You know, because the cost effectiveness of it definitely went down. No question. And then eventually, really what made us stop wearing armor, that type of armor, wasn't because guns just made it pointless. It was because we invented stuff that was better for dealing with guns. Now again, don't get me wrong, you know, guns definitely whooped armor overall, but you still were better off wearing something opposed to nothing. But yeah, as time went on, the guns got even better, so armor did even worse. But then we started inventing other types of protection that did much better against firearms. So then that's really what made armor obsolete, like plate armor obsolete, was, you know, things like Kevlar and other things like that. You know, those things ultimately just do a much better job. But, you know, we're at it's kind of interesting because if you look at medieval times and a bit before that and even a bit after that, but like in the prime of armor, if you will, like in medieval times, defensive technology had advanced past offensive technology, right? Because people are like, oh, hammers wreck armor. No, they don't. They really don't. They just are somewhat effective, where like swords don't do anything, right? Because armor is made to like make it very hard to hit them directly, and most hammer blows would glance off of armor overwhelmingly. In an actual battle situation, hammers actually don't do that well against proper plate armor. And there's a lot of like historians that would watch battles that had an abnormal amount of people that had really well-made armor fighting a bunch of other people that had really well-made armor, and most of them would be using warhammers and maces and stuff. And the historians would talk about like how low the kill count was because they couldn't kill anybody, right? Like it was so fucking difficult. You know, even with a hammer and a mace, you really are not wrecking people in armor at all. So the defensive technology was just so much more advanced than the offensive. And now it's kind of the opposite, where although you do have really advanced body armor that can protect against a lot of firearms, only to a certain extent, right? Like you can stop handguns and some of the weaker rifles and stuff, but like there is no protecting against a lot of assault weapons and like sniper rifles and shit like that. Like any kind of rifle with real puncture power, there just is no defense against right now for personal body armor. Obviously, like a tank, you know, a tank will stop you know, any firearm, you know, pretty easily, other than like an anti-material rifle or something. But yeah, we're just at a point right now where offense is way stronger than defense. And same for vehicles, though, because, yeah, tanks are unbelievably tanky. That's where the phrase tanky comes from. But, like, a missile or a bomb from a jet fighter is just so much stronger than anything that the vehicles can have. There's really just no stopping it, and that's just kind of the way technology is right now. And it's possible that'll change, right? It's possible that we'll have advancements in defensive stuff where... you know, they'll overtake the offensive stuff again, because if you look at history, it's just kind of gone back and forth a lot. But it has favored offense for a good minute now. Yeah, I mean, generally, if you're gonna go ham with like Kevlar and like I forget what this stuff is called. There's like this new stuff. I've talked about this before, and I just cannot remember the name of it. But there's this kind of material that's very difficult to work with, and I just do not remember the name of it. But you can make like body armor out of it, and it's incredibly good at stopping bullets. But it's right now we're really struggling to use it well, and like it's just very difficult to like craft with. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's kind of like if we crack the code with that stuff, that's going to advance a lot of defensive stuff a lot. Because it's like it's very it's a different like principle, and like there's a lot of potential with that. That's never gonna stop like a missile though, right? But I always forget the name of that shit because I've seen a lot of like military guys talking about it, and it's pretty interesting. But it's just I cannot remember the name of it. All right, let's see. I'll kill you all. I want your master. I mean, that's I guess the most reasonable thing to say, because we're really just here to fight him. We don't need to kill the Imperials.
If Athari shows himself, no one else will suffer.
He is attending to other matters. You belong to Darth Barras. I was given instructions to destroy you if you were foolish enough to show your face here.
Let's see. I guess I'll say that's a mistake, because it is. I don't want to friendly fire if we can, but we'll get a light side point here.
You'd be wise to ignore those instructions.
No, I think not. You are surrounded, and we far outnumber you.
I tried.
Full attack!
Feels bad. This is like the first time we've killed our own guys, and I did try to prevent it, but, you know. They really wanted to die. Whoops. Oh, it's telling me I have conquest now. That was a really bad time to tell me that, game. Well, rip those guys.
Sir, the Sith's strength has been spent obliterating our enemy. We should strike while there's a chance.
After that display, Weglin, I believe fighting should be our last resort. Stay back and cover me. Sith, I am Commander Nolan. I'm in charge of this defensive. I'm unarmed.
Yeah, that's great. I gotta get water. I like how you can just kill him. Okay, chat. Are we gonna hear this guy out? Because you can, I'm sure you can refuse whatever nonsense he's about to say. But maybe he'll say something smart. Or do we just murder? They are our enemy. So, I mean, the logical thing to do is, I don't think I would even be listening to this guy. I'd probably already be swinging. It's like, oh, hey, it's an enemy. Let him talk. I actually have no idea what this guy is going to say, so I wouldn't mind just hearing it just because. We can always murder him after.
You risk much approaching.
Maybe he'll join the Sith.
I doubt that a blaster would save me. We do not wish a fight, but we also cannot relinquish this area. What are your terms?
I mean, we could have them help us kill the guy, I think. That's what it seems like.
You live only by my good grace. I may have need of you someday, and you will repay my mercy.
Okay, that's useful.
Very well. If your mission does not conflict with Republic interests, I pledge to help you. Here is my holofrequency. I will answer your call. You have my word. Until we meet again, Sith. Men, the battle is ended. Attend to the wounded.
Okay, I'm not against that. Because I could just kill them later. And like, legitimately, if I was this Sith, right? Like, if I'm the apprentice of Darth Barriss, I'd be doing everything I can to get shit in my favor, because Barriss needs to go. Like, he's bad for the Empire. He's probably gonna try to kill me. Right? So, like, getting stuff on your side is legit a good idea right now.
My lord, my base! My base is under attack!
Oh, fuck.
The last of my men and I are holed up in the command center, but the doors are about to give!
She's actually cool, so...
I'll be right there, Halidrel. Try to hold on.
Doing the best I can, but I've got a bad feeling about this.
Uh-oh.
The command center's been breached. I've never seen such power. Oh no.
I have no idea what's going on. I don't think she's gonna live, though. Feels bad. Competent minion down, chat. I mean, I guess they're not dead yet. We'll see. Yet again, they're not telling me where I need to go, so I have to do this the long way. Okay, let me just teleport to, like, any fucking spot here.
Please select an available travel route.
I never liked Frieza from Dragon Ball because he always killed his own minions for absolutely no reason. It's just stupid as hell. Where Cooler did the opposite, and when he knew his minions were outclassed, he took over the fights for them. Because there was no point letting his minions die. Way better. Can we save our minion? Oh, it's Imperials. Boy, so much infighting going on right now. I blame Barris for this. Oh, we got an epic again. The hell? Companions do not gain. Wait, what? I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's an event. There's some like event going on. It sounds like I can turn that in somewhere for loot. I had no idea. Man, my damage is just not that great. I think it's because I'm a fucking AoE class that doesn't have a lot of my AoE abilities yet. Maybe I should respec into Rage. I wonder if that'd be better right now. Rage is more single target. Murder. Fuck, I think she's dead. My competent minion!
It's clear. Darth Barris failed to inform you exactly who you'd be crossing. This demonstration should make up for that deficiency. You want Agent Delicon. You want me. I won't be hard to find anymore. I'm on the roof of the satellite platform in network access. If you dare show, I will grant you a duel to the death. Be honored.
He's a moron if he thinks we're gonna walk into such an obvious ambush. Right?
Oh, we're walking in.
Commander Narland and his men owe me their lives. Hail him. I want to collect.
Oh, goody. I get to play secretary. Here you go.
I had a feeling you'd call, Sith. Can't say I'm looking forward to this.
I wish I could instantly replay this and not recruit them, because I wonder how that would go. That's interesting, though.
I'm about to give you the opportunity for glory few have seen. The destruction of a Sith Lord.
That's unexpected. You've definitely piqued my interest. The soldier pays his debts. Tell me what must be done.
That's kind of cool, though. Gear upgrades, I'll take that. I really should run some dungeons at some point to get some better gear. It's either that or go buy modules. We go through minions like copy paper. It feels bad.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
Off memory, the Lord Slug abridged movie was really funny. I haven't seen any of that in a long time. I didn't really keep up with their stuff later on because, like, I hate to say this, and this happens all the time in the modern world, and I find it obnoxious, but like, they started being political. Like, I'd see like political comments from them on like Twitter or whatever, and I'm just like, can we just not? Like, why does everyone have to get like that, right? Can we just, like... And it just, what really annoys me, people are allowed to have their opinions, and that's fine, right? But it's like, how do I put this? This is why I try not to, like, ever really go into my own personal... Like, you know, I'll talk about how to, like, you know, how I think, but I don't really try to go into, like, my own personal views on politics and stuff, because that's just, that is so not my place as an entertainer, right? I just think that's so stupid. Like, I think you have to have your head so far up your own ass. And like, these people think they're important and they got to make a difference or something. And I don't care if it's left-leaning or right-leaning. Doesn't matter to me. I really don't think that kind of stuff has any place from like entertainment and stuff. And it's just so needlessly alienating, right? Like, if you're a content creator or an actor or whatever, I just don't see the point in like getting out there and being like an activist for any political view, right? Because all you're doing is like making it harder for people to separate the art from the artist. And you know, you're just alienating people, and I'm just like, why do that? But it's very common in the modern era. Everybody's got to get super angry about politics and blah 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 blah. And it wouldn't bother me so much if people were just like, hey, these are my views, and you know, or chill about it. But everyone I see these days, like when actors go off on Twitter or whatever, they're, again, doesn't matter if it's right-leaning or left-leaning, they're very, like, militant about it. It's like, if you don't agree with me, you're evil, right? And I'm so not about that. That's so egotistical. And I find that to be very common these days. I just see that a lot, and it's always a huge turnoff for me. I'm normally good at separating art from the artist, but when people are, like, too upfront about it, I normally am just like, I'm just gonna not watch this. Like, even if I agree with somebody, I just don't like when, you know, entertainers behave that way. But, you know, they're allowed to do it. I'm not saying they should be banned or anything. You know, people can do whatever they want. For me, it makes it very difficult to enjoy, you know, like a hobby. It's kind of like if I was going to go to a video game store, I don't need the video game store like preaching politics. Again, it doesn't matter if it's right-leaning or left-leaning. All right, I wonder if you can actually 1v1 this guy. These guys look pretty cool. But yeah, I think people have the right to, if they want to make a whole video game or movie about their political views or whatever, they're completely allowed to do that. But I'm also allowed to say, I don't care, and, you know, not be interested in that kind of stuff. Because if I want to, like, you know, talk about politics, or I want to explore viewpoints or whatever, that is just not the way I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to read a book. I'm going to talk to people that are wise. I'm going to look at history, right? Like, that's how I'm going to explore those ideas. I don't need it from a fucking, like, you know, cartoon or, you know, an actor on Twitter or some crap. Hey, look, someone's, just saying hello. How about that? Nice to have manners.
Come face to face.
Oh, yeah, yes. God, yes, I remember you.
You lack your master's caution. I applaud that. Delicon, Barris's lackey is here. So, say your piece, and do it before I kill this would-be assassin.
Barris is insane and paranoid. I was a faithful servant and my cover was intact. Did he expect me to accept being murdered for reassurance? Just wait for death?
I mean, he's right. Although, one thing is, because we know about that apprentice, even though his cover's intact, he will be discovered, right? But that's where you just recall him. Like, this guy's actually correct. Let's see. Comes with the territory. Your wait's about to end. Why tell me? I mean, they don't really give you an option to side with this guy. That's kind of unfortunate.
Come, speak with Barris. Perhaps he'll listen to reason.
Do you think I'm stupid? Not a chance.
Delicon and everything he knows of your master's operations are mine now. In 100 years, when I am legendary within the Sith, your and Barris's deaths at my hands will not even be a footnote. However, I would never lower myself to duel a mere apprentice such as you.
Wow.
You would earn the honor.
I'm ready to kill you however you choose to engage me.
You are every bit as infuriating as your master. These men are my elite guard, trained to take on Sith. Half of them could kill you, but I don't like to play favorites.
I almost like this guy, but he's kind of too full of it, and he killed our cool minion, so you gotta go. You should surrender, fuck that.
Your men are going to be a little busy with my men.
That's the signal, men! Let's go!
This is so strange.
I see now. I've underestimated your resourcefulness. Men, make quick work of these Republic fools. Attack!
All these Sith not using red lightsabers. Do not approve. These guys are trained to kill Sith, and they're that weak. Holy hell. I like how he didn't help his minions. Big dumb. Oh god. I could have totally died to gravity if I was standing over there. There are some amazing gravity deaths that you can do in dungeons. So I like how these guys aren't helping, but that guy is interfering, but so is Vet, so I guess it's all fair. This guy's level 23. Oh, now they're helping. They got hit by that AoE and they were just like, fuck that. Damn, they took that guy out.
I yield. Never have I witnessed such raw power. The day and the planet are yours. I freely pass the scepter.
Jesus Christ.
The threat Delicon posed to you and your master has died with him. I hope it ingratiates me in some way.
Now, the smart thing to do is like try to get this guy on our side to use him against Barris, but you can't necessarily trust him, and I'm not sure they give you that option. What do you think, chat? I have no idea. I don't remember the story. I only played it once. It was a super long time ago, and there's normally different endings, so I have no idea. Death, never trust a Sith. I mean, there are a few Sith worth trusting, like Mar. There's a few here and there. It looks like chat wants violence, though. You stole my kill. And that's true. That's right. He killed our cool minion, so good call there.
I was looking forward to doing that myself.
You are above such trifling tasks. Let others like myself do such deeds for you. It's clear to me now. Someday you will rise above your master. It is you, not I, who will be Darth Barris's end. Grant me mercy, so I may live to see it. Honor me with some small hand in it.
So it looks like you actually can use him if you fight Barris down the line, which I'm pretty sure you do. It really is a shame. If he didn't kill our minion, I would probably spare him. But he killed our minion, so bitch gotta die.
Death is the only honor you've earned.
Then, make it swift.
Well, I would be so curious to see like what happens if you keep him alive, though.
All right, Sith. Now no one's left but you and me and my men. Your objective has been met. May we go.
Okay, so you can totally kill this guy now, which is a crazy asshole move. But I mean, they are on the Republic side. which we're technically not at war with right now, but we might as well be. So, what do you think, chat? Now, from a pragmatic standpoint, it's probably not the best move. Because it's kind of like if you're a bounty hunter and you betray your employer, you're less likely to get hired later, right? Same kind of problem here. Kill them too. Well, obviously, Poi's going to say that. He did his job. He can die later. Eat or steal. It's a lightsaber. More XP. We've been role-playing as a schizophrenic because I've been letting chat pick a lot. You know, I normally play it more on the pragmatic side, right? Over just like comic book villain. But, yeah, we've been somewhat schizophrenic. So I think we have like a mental disorder here because, yeah, chat's been somewhat inconsistent. We are the voices. Yeah, pretty much. Can we get a vote? This one seems kind of tough. Because they did do their job, and it was kind of cool, right? Because I'm pretty sure you could have just killed them before, and none of that would have happened. So that was a cool thing that, you know, I enjoy that they gave you that option. That was neat. They didn't bring all of his men. They tattled on us. Possible. I think it's more like because they wanted the stage to be harder, I would think. Or they were wounded. All right, what do, chat? What do the voices in our head say? Kill or don't kill? Get in there and vote, chat. Don't be lazy. Okay, so far, leaning towards not kill, which I'm a little surprised by, because I actually thought it was going to be kill, but we'll see. It's 4-13 right now. Chat actually wanting to be a bit honorable here. Imagine that. Normally they're... I think it's because the guy was competent. I think that's why chat's sparing this guy, and he wasn't, like, annoying. Because normally chat's pretty heavy on the murder. The lurkers are less bloodthirsty. Could be. All right, looking like spare. You made this poll a little too long there. I don't think we need to wait that long. That's quite a bit there. But yeah, it looks like no kill win. Yeah, they didn't kill one of our cool allies exactly. Yeah, that really. I would have liked to spare that other guy, but yeah, there was really no letting him go after that. All right, yep.
You have served me well, Commander. Leave in peace.
All right, men. You heard the Sith. Let's get back to our neck of the woods.
Glad this is finally over. Maybe we can go back to the ship and get off this rock, huh?
Well, those guys definitely weren't aligned with, like, Jedi ideals. Jedi would never have agreed to any of that shit at all, right? Like, and they never would have talked to you like that. Like, that absolutely would not have happened. Pipe down.
You haven't enjoyed Nar Shaddaa, Vet?
What's to enjoy? It's so dark and scummy. Ugh, gives me the creeps. I just can't wait to get back to my quarters and grab some shut-eye.
Yeah, one of the things I said, like, now again, chat hasn't really kept up, you know, they don't give a shit, but, like, I like, if I'm gonna play a Sith, if the Sith is, like, empathetic towards the foot soldiers, of, like, either side, because, you know, they're not, random Republic soldiers got no say in, like, you know, the goods and ills of the Republic and whatnot. It was like that one Sith trooper on Droman Koss that was, like, you know, trying to actually protect the civilians and stuff, right? You know, it's kind of nice to be on those guys' side, because you know, they're just trying to do their damn jobs, man. And I like being more pragmatic. It is funny how much you can shock Vet if you want to. Alright, do I need to go back to my ship, right? Getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, those two planets, although I will say, I liked the like stuff for the troopers there. That was actually kind of a cool choice. And like that guy killing your minion there, you know, actually makes you pissed, right? So that was kind of an enjoyable story, but that was definitely filler. Those last two planets with you dealing with these spies, that really is filler. Now I will say it's better filler than most. Will you shut up?
Personnel only. To request authorization, speak to an information droid.
Oh my god, that's definitely like some event nonsense going on. Anyway, at least during the filler, they're kind of hyping up, you know, this super apprentice that's got this special power and like all this stuff with like Barris and them. So it's not like they did nothing with the time, but that was definitely filler. It's a very big pet peeve of mine when the hero kills a bunch of random soldiers but then spares the big bad. Glad you did the reverse. We did the reverse. Yeah, I completely agree. Because like the big bad is the one calling the shots and making the problems and is like the last fucking person that you should spare, right? Like don't spare Hitler, right? But yeah, but they'll have no problems, you know, killing just the people that got drafted or whatever, right? Like that's fucked up. That's very common, and the reason it's common is because writers don't really think about it, and they just cannon fodder is cannon fodder. They don't view the grunt characters in their stories as characters, right? Like the random grunt pilot in a Gundam show, they generally don't see as a character, so it's just okay for them to get cut in half, and who gives a fuck? Where when they're dealing with a named character, then all they gotta have, like, they gotta question it, should I kill this person or not, yada yada. It's very stupid. I think it's bad writing, because like that's not how, you know, people are. You know, in real life, you don't see people as grunts and important characters and whatnot. It's just people.
You have done well, my apprentice. Delicon eliminated and Lord Rathori dispelled. This will be a day long remembered. The loss of Haladrel Sitson is unfortunate, but the ends far justify the means.
Feels bad. Yeah, it's the lady that died. No big loss!
She served you honorably, Master.
I had a soft spot for her as well. You have successfully eliminated both of my compromised agents. The time has come to set our sights on Noman Carr and his gifted Padawan. It seems our adversary is of like mind. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Noman Carr has been busy.
I wouldn't expect him to be complacent.
Good. Then you're less likely to be caught unaware. It appears your ship is being tracked. A very sophisticated sensor is reporting your every movement. I've traced the signal to a spaceport in a sector not far from you. I'm sure Noman Carr is involved.
Oh shit, I don't remember this at all. You're losing it, Paris. Like he's being paranoid. He's really not though, so that's just funny.
It seems likely.
I've sent the coordinates to your mainframe. Head there immediately, dock with the station, and make a lasting impression.
Oh my god, I think I do remember this. I think I told Chad about this a little bit. I know there's a part, and I think this is it, in the story where like you can like make the Jedi actually question like the Jedi's dogma, right? And then I think one of them leaves or something because he agrees with you, or I can't quite remember. And then you can just kill the other guy when his teammate's not there. Like it's some shit like that. We'll see. If that's this part, we'll explore our options here. I just remembered there was some like fucked up like double crossing shenanigans you could do. I don't quite remember like what the options are or stuff, but we'll see here.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Oh shit. Man, I wish I just had a bit more AoE because I can like do that good opener and then I have nothing. Later in the game you get like the AoE on Force Scream, and you get a way to reduce the cooldown on Smash. But like right now, I don't got jack. Actually, I would say the Star Wars universe is not that awful to live in. It's more like the stories are focusing on the... It's nothing like Warhammer at all. Most of the planets are super peaceful. Nothing really happens. It's a pretty large universe with a lot of just like normal shit. Now, it's not the best place to live in because kind of like the Wild West, you know, the centralized governments can't go to all the planets and stuff, so you know, there's definitely some like, you know, Wild West kind of philosophy going on. But I would say it's incredibly tame compared to Warhammer, right? Most of the planets are just doing their own thing and it's no big deal. You know, you have the Death Star, but it only blew up, you know, what, one planet? It's not that bad. Now, it could be better, but I mean, in real life, you have major events where a lot of people are killed and stuff. Like, proportionally, or kind of similar to the major death events that happen in Star Wars. So I don't think it's like your odds are that bad. Where in Warhammer, holy shit, your odds are not good, right? Warhammer is just, that is not a universe you want to be in. Because most of what happens in Star Wars is there's more humans or lives because there's more planets, but the amount of like proportional death like going on compared to the population size is pretty tame, I would say. 'Cause like in real life, there's plenty of, you know, unjustified death and whatnot. So this random ass grunt just knocked me on my ass, and I almost died there. I should have used my CC break. I just didn't think I needed it. The fuck was that? Grunt H, yeah. I remember that. Good meme. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, like, the universe is large enough that, yeah, most people never run into anybody with force powers. Used the CC break that time. But like the Outer Rim is like the Wild West. Like the major government powers don't have enough resources and manpower to police them, so they don't. So they're run by other organizations or gangs and shit like that. And some of them are good, right? Just like in the Wild West, some, you know, gangs would run towns and actually run it well and fairly, but, you know, not always. Just don't spawn in the Outer Ring. Yeah, just have good luck, forehead. But that's why you have like bounty hunters and stuff, because like just like in the Wild West, because there was so much less law, you know, the individuals could do a lot more. This guy keeps healing himself. I should have done my big shatter ability. I didn't think I needed it. I'm gonna send her off to sell my trash here, even though I'm in the middle of combat, but it should be fine. Watch me die now. Yeah, CC's crowd control. Like getting stunned or knocked down or put to sleep or whatever. Feared, having to run away. See if I can get them to come to me. I do love the combat animations in this and like how you'll like block shots with your lightsaber. They do a lot of cool stuff like that. Ugh. Okay, maybe we need Vet back. We're winning, but definitely taking some damage here. Get angry. No, CC is the green hair from Code Geass. You know, I've throughout my life, I've had many people think I really hype that character because they have green hair, and they do get somewhat of a pass because they have green hair. But I've never really liked them. I don't hate them either, but like, I just never really liked CC and Code Geass. Like, they just didn't matter at all. They were just like a plot device to introduce the Geass, but they could have done that in a million other ways. And then she kind of just doesn't do anything, and like, she was boring. Like, almost everything that came out of her mouth was just like, yeah, whatever. I did not really get into it. You know, again, I didn't hate her, but I haven't watched Code Geass in a long time. Maybe if I watch it again, I'll have a different opinion, open mind and whatnot. Quite a bit of fighting in here. If I had stronger AoE options right now, I'd be having a field day. What's the point of that guy being over there? Is there like a bonus or something? Oh yeah, there's a bonus. I've been missing it though. There's probably a bunch of those earlier. Oh well. Rip that guy. I like how Vet has a stun, but I don't.
What seems to be the trouble, Hirosho? Tell me why you're so concerned.
Master Carr, you promised we would be undetected, but the ship we've been tracking for you is here.
Calm your fear, Hirosho. It will not serve you. I will speak with your visitor when the time comes.
What a stupid thing to say. Imagine this guy is like very likely to be about to be killed by a Sith, and it's your fault, and that's what you say to him. Fucking Jedi, dude. That's so stupid.
Expect the conversation to be short, Jedi.
Okay. You never told me we'd be tracking a Sith.
You were provided the details necessary to perform your duties.
He didn't even tell him!
Remain quiet. Sith, I presume you are Darth Barris's new apprentice. I am Jedi Master Norman Carr. Do you know me?
This guy is awful, dude. What? That is so fucked up. Because he probably wouldn't have accepted the job if they knew that. But he's just like, well, yeah, I gave you the information that got you to do what I wanted you to do. Like, Jesus Christ.
All you Jedi look alike to me. Soon to be deceased.
You have your master's disposition, I see. Barris and I like to keep tabs on each other, so when I heard of a new apprentice, I investigated. These men were merely monitoring the equipment, following orders. There's no need for bloodshed here.
Now, this is interesting, chat. So, if this guy would have shut the fuck up, I probably would have agreed with him, right? But I kind of want to kill him out of spite, which is incredibly petty, by the way. But it's like, everything that he did unnecessarily put these guys' lives at risk, right? And like, statistically speaking, I would say like 90% or 95% of Sith would kill them, right? And he should have been smart enough to know that. So the fact that he's like relying on the fact that you're one of the very rare Sith that wouldn't do that is just unbelievably stupid, right? Like, so I kind of want to kill him out of spite, even though that's not really their fault. But like, he did everything to get these guys killed. Not only did he make it worse, but like, if you know anything about most Sith, right? Everything he just said increased the odds of us killing them. Do we let chat pick again, though? It is rather schizophrenic having just spared those other troopers, right? Although those troopers never went against us, to be fair here. Not to be justifying murder, but like those troopers literally never went against us, right? And instantly tried to get on our good side. Where these guys, you know, did partake in trying to kill us, even though they didn't know it was, you know, a Sith. But, you know, they were, you know, hostile. The troops didn't annoy us, it's true. I mean, really, the Jedi is who's annoying us, to be fair. Does option 1 lead to death? Probably. Maybe not yet. This one definitely does. Killing out of petty spite is always morally correct. Glorp. I mean, we are named Glorp. Chat does seem... Let the hate flow through you. That's a fair point, right? Because, like... Again, the troopers didn't do anything to make us pissed, where this guy did. So, yeah, fuck it. They gotta die. Unless someone in chat has a really good, compelling argument as to why we should not kill these guys, I think it's murder time. It is definitely the Sith way. Okay, well, I want to see the dialogue for one. Yeah, okay, well, the thing is, that's not a very us thing to say up to this point. We have been fairly pragmatic, although we can reset it. You can, like, escape and start over, so we can at least see it. So we haven't acted like a complete maniac.
I do not bleed my enemies out of need, Jedi. I enjoy it.
How sobering. Getting this first-hand look at you tells me much. I see no need for further pretense. Let's speak frankly. I know Barris has spies, and I know you were sent to extract 2 of them.
Well, we haven't killed them yet.
But I'll soon have the proof I need.
Okay, well, we want to kill them, so... These poor bastards. I can't believe, like, what he says at the start of this conversation. That shit is insane.
What seems to be the trouble, Hirosho? Tell me why you're so concerned.
Master Carr, you promised we would...
Also, he knows, right? Like, he knows we're coming, and I imagine talking to this guy like that. Like, oh, what could possibly be bothering you? You know, you should be like a Jedi and be really detached, and you shouldn't be so emotional, man.
What seems to be the trouble, Hirosho? Tell me why you're so concerned.
Master Carr, you promised we would be undetected, but the ship we've been tracking for you is here.
Calm your fear, Hirosho. It will not serve you. I will speak with your visitor when the time comes.
Expect the conversation to be short, Jedi.
Okay. You never told me we'd be tracking a Sith.
You were provided the details necessary to perform your duties. Now please, remain quiet. Sith, I presume you are Darth Barris' new apprentice.
Okay, now we can skip back to where we were.
You better be...
Alright, this poor guy.
I feel an overwhelming need for bloodshed.
Hirosho, defend yourself. The Sith attacks.
Oh, man.
Excessive display. Those men were defenseless and unarmed.
What? Okay, he just lied. Okay, this guy needs to take his meds. I think that's what's going on here. This guy needs to take his meds. Grandpa forgot to take the pills. It's your fault. Actually true. So fucking true. We're doing literally what you would expect a Sith to do. You fucking twat.
Their deaths are on your head, Carr.
Such a sad attempt to deflect responsibility, Sith.
Jedi.
I shall honor Hirosho and his men's lives by dedicating myself to thwarting you and your master.
Yeah, I'm sure honoring him will make a big difference there. Whatever. This does change the conversation quite a bit. We were going into a whole spiel there with option 1. It looks like this is just like, well, fuck you then. Does them no good. Very true.
I'm sure they feel better about dying now.
Make all the snide comments you like, Sith. There is much you don't know. It calms me that you and Barris have no idea what you're up against.
The reason Jedi are so stupid is because George Lucas was really on about this weird thing about, like, not giving into your emotions and stuff. And it's just kind of stupid. There are some Jedi that are good, though. Like, I think Qui-Gon's fine. Like, you know, he kind of is trying to strike that balance of still having attachment while still, you know, being wise and good and everything, right? So, like, yeah, there are... I don't think every Jedi is stupid. I think most of them are stupid. Yeah, Qui-Gon is probably the best one I can think of that is not a big dum-dum. Save yourself and give it up. Yeah, this guy cannot save himself.
Your pupil's powers are a sham. She's leading you on a witch hunt.
You know more than I thought. Barris, no doubt, is after my Padawan. How unfortunate. I've kept her identity and location a secret. So you and your master are just feeling your way in the dark. But my Padawan is of supreme importance to me in the Jedi Order. I will not let harm come to her.
I have peaceful intentions. So, you would be an idiot for saying that after killing those guys. Like, if you wanted to play the cunning card, right, and try to trick them, you cannot get away with that at this point. No, yeah, I guess you could do it as a troll, but I don't think that's how the character's gonna say it, because you could have spared the. I bet you if you spare them and shit, you probably can say that, and like he maybe even like if you do everything light side up to this point, you probably can say that and have it not be stupid. But he's obviously gonna be like, lol, no. I mean, do we do it just to see though, chat? I guess we do. Because, like, the other options are kind of boring anyway.
I mean her no harm, Master Carr.
Please excuse me if I don't believe you. You're about to find out how resourceful I can be.
Although, actually, we're technically telling the truth because we want to convert her to the dark side, right? So technically, we didn't lie there. So this guy's just throwing more lives away.
I find that preposterous.
And you leave me no choice. Men, take the Sith in, by any means necessary.
Take the Sith in. Oh god, this guy's a terrible leader. Did I just miss? I didn't think you really needed accuracy at this level. I need it. Whoa, god, I almost died there. I should have used my defensive ability. I just didn't think I needed it. Anyway, I need to make sure I have enough energy to do my shatter ability here every time it's off cooldown, because it does so much more damage than everything else I have at the minute. Yeah, because I didn't use Saber Ward there, if it wasn't for Vet, I actually would have died. I think. Might have been close.
It seems Darth Barris has found himself a singularly vicious weapon in you. This experience...
Yeah, I liked Star Wars back in the day. I mean, I always thought it had flaws. Like, I always thought the dialogue was bad and, you know, this, that, and the other. But I still enjoyed cool lasers and spaceships and, you know, all that. You know, bounty hunters are awesome and stuff. But yeah, Disney just... Oh, God. The horror.
It seems Darth Barris has found himself a singularly vicious weapon in you. This experience has given me valuable insight. I'll be prepared for you next time, Sith.
So, just like how there are some Sith that are, like, really stupid and, like, do way too much infighting, this is, like, this guy's the epitome of, like, of, like, the worst kind of Jedi. Like, the ridiculous emotional detachment and all that kind of stuff. Just fucking stupid.
I'll wait right here, Carr. Come and face me now.
Jedi do not seek out a fight. My place is by my Padawan's side, teaching her the ways of the Force and honing her talents. I will do everything in my power to keep her hidden from you.
You do that.
Wear yourself out.
Until we meet again.
It is kind of cool, though. You have a pretty ongoing, like... I don't know if rivalry is the right way of putting it, but antagonistic relationship with these guys for a while, which is pretty cool. Grumpy Bear, what a great name. Thank you for the raid. Even have a bear emote. Wait, what? Isn't that a? What is that? That's what were those called? Like the multicolored bears. I remember that. I that was a thing. I don't remember what the hell. Care Bears, that's it. Yeah, it's funny. I remember Care Bear as an insult, but I would not have remembered that's what. I'm going the wrong way. I would not have remembered the actual thing being called that. But if someone was like being like a pansy, you know, on the internet back in the day or in a video game, people would say Care Bear. Yeah, I remembered that bit. Oh, Teletubbies, jeez. All right, what does it want me to do here? Click this again. Kind of weird. Can't use that right now. What the fuck? Am I supposed to just kill everything that moves? Wait, was I actually supposed to do the sensor thing? I thought it was a bonus. Yeah, it is a bonus. I have no idea what the objective is right now. Maybe I was just supposed to leave. Like, just go back to my ship. Do the awkward walk back. Ugh, if I just had one more AoE ability. When do I get the force scream that like goes through targets? Because that's so much fun to use. Because you can like mess with the mobs, try to line them up, and get more value out of it. It's pretty engaging. Okay, that's another AoE. Shatter finishes the active cooldown on Ravage, drains 3 rage, blah blah blah. Force scream causes the target to bleed. Okay, that's not it. I don't know which one you have to pick or if it's a default one. Oh, that's nice. So you can get the crit rate up and then AoE with it. That's nice. Okay, it's not one of those. Maybe it's a passive we just get from leveling instead of a talent. And when do we get Vengeful Slam? Oh, there it is. Wow, you don't get it until 60. Vengeful Slam, it replaces our AoE, and it's like a way stronger version of it. Oh, this might be it. Increase the range of Force Scream to 30 meters, but Force Scream deals reduce. No, that's not it. Reduce damage. Yeah. I know it's a thing, unless they removed it, but I don't think so. Mad Dash. Maybe it's just a default ability. We're about to get these. We're super close to getting these. While Shatter is on a target, the crit chance of all your bleed attacks on target is increased by 10%. Increase initial damage of Shatter by 50%. That's probably the one that's so much. Killing a target with direct bleed damage while affected by Shatter causes it to explode, hitting nearby targets. That could be cool, but I don't know. 50% damage is nice, and we need some kind of single target. Oh, I think this is it. We get it at 27. Force Scream does damage to additional enemies in a cone in front and slows them for 50%. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we want that big time. So you have to pick between that though and the other AoE ability. I do think we take that though. That's super sick. Press F for 5s. Who's 5s? Alright, what am I even doing in here? Bolto tank. Very unclear what the objective is at the minute. Was a clone? Oh, feels bad. I'm assuming he died. You know what's really rough about clones? And like, they generally perform pretty well. And like, even though they're clones of Jango Fett, which gives them a big leg up, they still have extremely limited experience, right? Because like their age is accelerated. Most of them are like really, really young. And when it comes to combat, most of one's capability is from experience. That's how it is, right? That's why Jango Fett was like able to kill Jedi and stuff, is because he's so experienced. Or most clones can't kill a Jedi, like no shot. One-on-one anyway, because they don't have like nearly as much experience. But they still, with so little experience, they still like perform very, very well. But yeah, almost none of them live long enough to acquire much experience. Security guard captain. Well, he's green. Kind of whooping my ass right now. Good thing Vet is just healing the hell out of me. I don't know why Vet just randomly moved into melee range when she's both a healer and a ranged damage dealer. Almost an upgrade. Dude, I guess I'm supposed to just go back to my ship. Well, at least we got the bonus done. Yeah, I might play Republic Commando. I know of it. What I've heard, it's kind of like a bad Halo clone from a pure gameplay standpoint. Which does not sound like... Halo's awesome, but I loved it as a kid. Yeah, I might try it. You never know. Why is my light... What the fuck? Okay, something got real bugged out there. That was interesting. We were just like destroying the floor as we walked there. Interesting that there's other ships flying around.
I've just finished cleaning the fuel injectors to the sublight drive. You should notice a 0.00008% power increase.
Good man.
Apprentice, now that Noman Carr realizes that we seek his Padawan, there's no time to waste. He claimed the girl on her home planet of Alderaan, and she trained on Tatooine. I have agents on both planets digging up leads. Find the people who know this girl. Someone means enough to her to make her come out of hiding.
I'm pretty sure you do see Darth Maul in the base game. You just don't see him a lot. I think you actually see him in this story. I'm pretty sure he is in the Sith Warrior story. He's just not in it like a bunch. But he's in like every single expansion. And he might be in the Inquisitor story. Funny thing, in the Imperial Agent story, which is universally agreed upon to be the best story in the game, which I agree with as well. I don't like it subjectively the most. But they mention Barriss so fucking much in the Imperial Agent story, which is kind of except they kind of go along like around the same time. But something kind of interesting in, I don't know much about the Inquisitor story. Is the only story I haven't done on Sith side. Although I've seen little bits of it, but I don't know much about it. But I do know you have like a master. You start as an apprentice, just like the Sith Warrior. And obviously, as Sith Warrior, we're an apprentice, and you know you don't have a lot of personal agency. You kind of have to do what Barriss says, right? And in the Imperial Agent story, you know, you're working for Imperial intelligence. Now, I think eventually you get the option to go rogue, and I think you even get this huge spoiler. But if you want to, you can actually be join the Republic. And become a double agent. And they actually do carry that on into the expansions a bit, but they're pretty lazy about it. But you can do some crazy shit like that. But what I'm getting at is, if you kind of go the mainstream route, you are just working for Imperial intelligence, right? So Bounty Hunter is very unique in the fact that it's really the only story that you have like agency the entire time, right? The Bounty Hunter literally has control over their own, you know, they're just doing what they want to do, and you take jobs and, you know, and that kind of thing. So they're extremely different from the other Sith stories, which is kind of fitting because, you know, they are a bounty hunter. But it is just kind of interesting that all the other three are, you're so under the thumb of somebody else for a good while anyway, where the bounty hunter's never in that situation really. Although you can, I don't remember exactly how the options play out, but by the end of the bounty hunter story, you get the option to be kind of the Boba Fett to Darth Vader, kind of to this one Sith guy if you want. I don't think you have to do that, but you can, which is kind of cool. Not much of a plan. He's actually right. That's a terrible plan, like just going to where she was trained to try to figure out where she is. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Sounds like a lot of guesswork to me.
Do not doubt me, apprentice.
Oh, I doubt.
The girl must have family on Alderaan, and I have theories about what lies on Tatooine. I am confident this is how we will prevail. The Padawan's training is incomplete. She is susceptible. The anguish you cause will flush her out, and you will kill her and her master.
Perhaps the Padawan can be turned.
Her power would be a great asset, yes. Put through enough torment, she may reveal her base nature. But we must be cautious. The danger she represents is extreme. As long as she lives, she is a threat. Seduction to the dark side should be left to masters. If there is even a sliver of doubt in your heart, it can backfire.
Yeah, the voice acting is quite good in SWTOR. It's actually surprisingly good. A lot of games that have a lot of dialogue, and this game has an unbelievable amount of dialogue because there's 8 fucking class stories and there's some different endings and whatnot. And all on the planet stories and the side quests, right? It's all voice acted. And there's a lot of side quests, and some of them are good, but a lot of games that have that much voice acting, it's bad. Like, what do you call it? Elder Scrolls. A lot of the voice acting in Elder Scrolls is just dispassionate, repetitive, and like, you can just tell the voice actor doesn't really even know the context, right? Not good. SWTOR somehow, like, really avoided that, and I've actually seen, because the people that handle the game now aren't the people that created it, sadly. But I've seen the people that like did the voice acting and stuff talk about it. They just seem to have been really passionate about it. Like I saw, so in the Imperial Agent story, the voice actors are stage actors apparently, and are British because they decided they wanted the Empire people to be British, and so but they had a hard time finding British voice actors, so they got a lot of like stage actors. To come in and do a lot of the voice acting, and they're good. But so in the Imperial Agent story, both the male and female, when they're undercover, they'll even though they're British voice actors or stage actors, they'll use an American accent, right, when they're undercover because they're trying to, like, hide their identity. And that was the idea of the actors, not like the staff or the writers or anything. And I think that was a great touch, actually. And it's really, like, cool because through most of the story, you'll hear the Imperial Agent, with a very typical British voice, but then several times when they're undercover and stuff, they'll just be suddenly talking with an American accent. And that's like a cool detail and stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of passion in the voice work for this game that makes it just way better. Like, holy fuck, if the voice acting was like it is in Elder Scrolls, I don't think this game would be half as enjoyable. I am pure.
I will be mindful, Master.
You have yet to face a Jedi Master. Their righteousness and passionless demeanor is nauseating.
True.
And Nomen Karr is no ordinary master. Confronting him, you will find profound fortitude and hate, or you will falter.
It will be an interesting experience.
Be sure your results are of interest to me. Be off then. Tatooine and Alderaan await. Discover this Padawan's identity and destroy her.
I actually do not, like, I don't even have a tiny idea. I have no idea where the story goes after this, like, whole, mysterious Padawan thing is done. Because this is a big, chunk of the story for a good minute. But I actually have no fucking idea what happens after. So I'm kind of excited to see that. Let's see. So you can do them in any order. 24 to 28. I really should do some side content so I have an easier time going to whatever planet I want. Well, I guess we're going to Tatooine first. I think I'm too weak for the other one. Although you can do content at quite a bit higher level than you, because the story is pretty easy, and so you can make it hard by doing higher level stuff.
The sands of Tatooine await you, apprentice. I've gleaned much since our interrogation of the Republic agent here on Dromund Kaas. I am certain Nomen Karr brought this gifted Padawan to Tatooine to train with a legendary master named Yonlock. Years ago, I urged the Dark Council to hunt down and destroy this Jedi. They refused, and Yonlock went into hiding on Tatooine.
Maybe not their best decision. In other words, they blew it.
Now I have to mop up the Council's mistake.
It won't be the last time. The Dark Council often lacks foresight. Yonlock is the one who brought the Padawan's powers into expression. Now they share a special bond. Find him and destroy him.
Where do you suggest I begin?
My servant Sharok Biv will guide you. She's eccentric, an acquired taste, but give her the benefit of the doubt.
Oh boy.
I'm making no promises.
I will often indulge your whims, apprentice, as long as you deliver results, but in this case, mold yourself closely to my commands. That is all.
What a guy. I should probably wrap up here soon, chat. It's getting, I've been streaming for almost 4 hours, and it's starting to storm, so the internet might blow it. Let's see what Vet has to say here.
Have you ever heard of Nock Draen? Pirate. Terrified the criminal world for a few decades.
Kind of a random thing to bring up. Nobody cares, Vet.
We didn't study many pirates in the academy.
He wasn't just a pirate, he was the pirate. Galaxy's most wanted and all that. Nock Draen was the most famous killer in the galaxy. But he set me free. I was still slaving it up for Three Eyes when he crossed Nock. Or maybe he just had something Nock wanted. I never did ask.
Seriously, Vet, shut up.
Did any of the gang survive the encounter?
You mean anyone that wasn't owned as property? No, they did not. I'm still not sure how Nock got his speeders into the camp. One minute they weren't there, and then they were. He was ruthless, but not a thug, you know? Sort of a pirate prince.
Oh my god, why don't you just marry him then, Christ?
Or go their own way.
I assume you saw the opportunity for plunder and seized it.
Well, I wasn't gonna go wander off on whatever waste of a planet we were on. I was the smallest on the crew, and mining had taught me to fit in tight spaces. Nock's crew showed me how to steal. For a long time, I didn't feel bad about stealing. So much had been taken from me.
I'm so sorry. Fuck that. Grow up and get over it. I'm totally saying that.
You're pathetic. Live in the moment or you'll drown in your past.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That just ends the conversation. Oh my god. I never am a fan of bad thing happened to me, so I'll take it out on other people that weren't the people that did it, right? That kind of logic is always dumb as shit. Okay, chat, though. I think we'll wrap up there. We'll definitely play more of this. It's fun. I do like this game. I definitely want to get through the story and check it out. Fucking Glorp. We really do got to get that Darth title so we can be Darth Glorp. But maybe Arc Knights next time, or maybe Arc Knights and in Star Wars, we'll see. What I just got here. My apologies. Hey, Poi, we can just go play Mecha Break. Oh, dude, that's I want to play Mecha Break so bad, dude. I actually want to play it even more when it's out for real, because it was kind of a killjoy that we knew everything we did in the beta wouldn't last. Like the unlocks and the PvE mode wouldn't last, and like your rank from doing ranked battles and all that won't last. All the cosmetics, right? So it'll be a lot more fun when we know all that stuff's permanent, and presumably there'll be more like cosmetics and stuff to get. So I'm excited for it. But yeah, it does suck that it's gone. But one day. Anyways, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. We will raid Cairo, and I will see you guys. Wait, what the fuck is today? I think I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I will be able to stream tomorrow. No problem. All right. Wait, did I do the raid correctly? How do I even stream, chat? How does OBS work? What even is the internet? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I got it. Yeah, Friday, I might not be able to stream, but I can handle Thursday. Anyways, chat. Peace the fuck out. It is storming so hard right now. I can hear the rain hitting my window. There's lightning.